Welcome, Bastronauts. This is Teal's Bass Galaxy, an endless dimension of fishing legends and degenerates connecting through raw, real, in-person conversations and stories. No, this is not your average fishing podcast. There's no rules, there's no limits. 3, 2, 1, blast off. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's been confirmed. Aliens from another planet have landed on Earth. Sources say there's been 2 confirmed landing points for these extraterrestrial beings. One being Japan, and also, unexpectedly, in Minnesota at Waypoint Angler Supply, a local tackle shop on Lake Minnetonka. With the ever-expanding universe, it's no surprise that there are other planets out there that also share our love for the sport of bass fishing. And to Earth's surprise, this latest visit came from extraterrestrial fishermen light years away and many innovations ahead when it comes to fishing equipment. Some hypothesize these beings came from the planet of Naboo, matching up with Mayan folklore dating back thousands of years with fishing equipment ahead of their time. It has been confirmed they left things never seen before by an Earth-born bass. Waypoint Angler Supply is the premier space station in the bass galaxy and has tackle that could previously only be found in Japan or the planet of Naboo. The Waypoint ship is full, but we don't know when the Bastronauts from Naboo will be back. So hurry in to Waypoint Angler Supply today and stock up on that Area 51 Planet of Naboo JDM good before your buddy is whooping that sweet ass of yours. Stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. Use the code GALAXY20 to save 20% on your next tackle binge. Aliens are real. Thank you. The Bass Galaxy is also supported by Vocelka Fishing and Customs, Supreme Lending, Dream Team, Lake Country Insurance Services, My Wedge Motor Support, Supreme Lure Company, just north of Memphis, Barbecue and Catering. Thank you.
So, let's rewind, about 35 years, 40 years, somewhere between there.
I feel like there's a lot of the story that people know already, but there's a lot that people haven't heard or dove super deep in.
Yeah, this is an interesting interview because I know a lot of it, yet
you do.
I think we haven't revisited it in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe you've had more time to even reflect.
Man, I don't even think people know how we came to become fishing partners. I don't think people know, my homeless years or, growing up on the horseshoe chain, I don't. So, yeah, where to begin, man? I didn't know JP or Teal growing up until college, so
we'll
start.
Last podcast, we talked when we met at Bree and Christy's place, but...
Yeah, at their house.
Yeah.
Back in college.
And I remember they're like, you got to meet Dane, my roommate's boyfriend. I go upstairs and it's a tattooed guy. I'm like, oh shit,
who's this fucking clown?
Yeah,
riffraff.
But you're obviously the nicest dude ever. So
it's been fun to get to know everybody, and those years are why we're still here. We had a lot of fun growing up. But I missed out so much of the prime fishing years as a kid. If I had you boys back when I was in elementary school, middle school, fishing youth tournaments. So many people that have been on here have been tournament fishing since middle school, high school.
Anyone in your family kind of sparked that interest or show you the ropes?
Yeah, man. Growing up, I wasn't much of an outdoorsman until my stepdad came into my picture, and I might have been 5 or 6 years old. And it's a funny thing because my Venmo now that I accept rod orders through and tattoo from, the picture of it is actually my first bass. It's
I know that picture.
Yeah. It's me when I'm 6 years old holding like a, I don't know, 3.5, 4 pounder. It looks big because I was tiny then. But that's when the light bulb clicked. I was throwing a Berkeley slug. Like a traditional power, and I still have, multiple 150 count packs of them, and I still throw them, but that's where it started. Fishing the horseshoe chain slop back in Becker Lake.
That's great.
And I had no idea who you were then. That's what's so crazy is you were on East Lake, and I was on Horseshoe way back in Crohn's Bay, and we did not know each other.
Not till college, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were, what, 2 years older?
Yeah.
Three?
Yeah, two
or
or
three.
three, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 33 now.
I'm 30,
Yep,
so.
Yep. You were a sophomore. I was a senior.
Yep.
And, dude, I fished out of a 12-foot boat before the bus would come to pick me up on the horseshoe chain. I would get out in my little 12-foot boat with I had like a little Endura 30-pound thrust, like transom trolling motor that I threw a bracket on the front. And I would just,
One of these.
dude, it was tiny. It was tiny. Yeah, man. And I would just use my knee and bump it over and turn and cast and just turn it on 1 or 2 and just kind of work my way around the shoreline and just continue to throw that slug up underneath trees and through the slop. And I couldn't go too far because I would forget to throw mixed gas in the outboard and I'd seize it up or I'd run out of fuel running around the chain. That was a maze, man. If I could get to Becker, that was like, oh, dude. Come on, Pops, take me to Becker. The little boat can't get that far. Throw me in the Starcraft and bring me back,
I liked
5-6
going
miles
there, too,
back.
when I was young. Really liked going there. Water was cleaner,
Oh, good weed growth.
Yep.
It was like, for me, that was the deal. And that's, the power fishing side of everything. And I'm not known as a power fisherman anymore. You would say that
Sluggo, I wouldn't say is like.
It's not flipping
It's
1.5
finesse
pounds
fishing,
tungsten.
shallow,
Yeah.
I would say.
But dude, I used to throw it on like a heavy 7-foot with
Oh, yeah.
30-pound braid and I couldn't throw a bait caster when
I'd
I
say
was
that's
little,
power
dude.
finesse, bro.
Yeah,
Power finesse,
yeah,
which is your style.
for sure. I could see that.
It's my style.
Mm-hmm. And my style continues to evolve as I watch people on YouTube, as I fish with you boys. I kind of appreciate being able to see how JP does something and how Teal does something and how other anglers are approaching the same body of water. And I feel like each year I have 1 or 2 things I really want to focus on, and then that's my strong suit for the year.
So what brought you to? You said you were homeless. Let's
Yeah.
slow down here.
Yeah,
Let's go. So, I'm guessing a childhood. You went to college. You did the whole thing, and then you bought a boat or what?
yeah. Going to college, I had a crotch racket.
Oh,
I worked all summer long, and I'm like, dude, all I want is a motorbike. Dude, I
No
just want a
way.
motorcycle so bad. So I bought a 600 R6. Yeah, 600cc R6.
How many tickets you get on that bad boy?
Zero.
What?
0 tickets. Not a 1. I laid it down pretty good in Duluth.
Ow.
Yep. I
Dude.
went sliding through an intersection on its fairing sideways and slammed into a median real bad at like 11 o'clock at night.
Can we just real quick side quest on like laying your bike down on like the pavement at like however many miles an hour?
Yeah, my
A
mom
lot
had
of people do that.
My mom had a crash in Duluth, and
Or they die.
that's where my parents met up
Or
there.
break stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they wear leather, right? That's where the leather comes from.
I don't wear leather.
What? What?
No, there was
I
no
thought that's
leather
for
on
road
me.
rash.
Dude, I was in like
You weren't rocking
sweatpants
the
and a
fucking
UMD hoodie.
I
Assless.
suppose the crotch rocket thing, you don't see a lot of leather on a crotch rocket.
Dane's not riding with assless
No, you see like
chaps.
the...
I mean, maybe the girls.
You don't see a guy with fucking leather ass
No.
handlebar mustache driving a crotch rocket. No, you see like a What do you wear? Them like sport jackets?
Dude, a hoodie. And the girl that's on back, if
Were you
she's
in a
got leather
gang?
on, there's a whale tail showing for sure. Like straight whale tail at the back. You don't need a license plate. That thing's flopping in the wind.
You don't call it a crotch rocket for nothing.
No, man. You ride them panties up nice and tight and you send it. So that's what I did for my first year in college. I wasn't
Dental
fishing
floss.
though. Yeah, dental. Well, yeah. It's just something.
How fast did she go? The crotch rocket.
I got it to 165.
Jesus.
Yeah, reckless.
Dude,
165.
death machines, dude.
Yeah.
I got it going 165 on Highway 23 past Mora, like approaching Hinckley, like before you got to Highway
Land of the
35.
deer, too. Like, like by Mora, there's so many deer by there.
Yeah, well, it was middle of the day on like a
Imagine.
Tuesday afternoon.
Crotch rocket, deer,
Dane.
everything would be fucked. Like,
That's crazy. And at this point in
At that
time,
speed.
you're in high school fishing,
yeah.
right? And
Yep.
you got the old Stratus.
Yep.
The
The
old Stratus. The old
Nice.
Stratus.
And I did not
Stratus.
have a boat.
And you guys did not know each
The
other.
old carbureted two-stroke on the back.
Okay. I'm
No.
really curious on how you guys met. We might have
Well,
talked about it last pod, but we
We
had a
met
few.
kind of same way through Bree and them. Met
Yeah.
kind of like high. And then where we really met was at the Duluth Bass Club meeting.
Yeah, but see, I didn't even get into fishing until that would have been my senior year of college. I didn't have a boat until maybe
That
my
year.
senior.
When I met you at Duluth, I think you were fishing.
Yeah.
You just didn't fish tournaments.
this
but
is
you had
how-
that bass tracker.
No, dude.
You had that ass tracker, dude.
No, check this out.
You had that ass tracker.
Yes, I did. That was
Ass
my first
tracker.
brand new boat. But let me tell you something here, brother.
What was,
Yes.
what was the name of her?
Tracy.
What's the one Hayden has?
Tracy. It was a different boat.
You
I just liked her
slut.
so much I called her Tracy again.
You take that back.
I'm sorry. It's what it was, man. We called her
Take
the
it
Red
back.
Baron. It was the Red Baron for the longest time because it was a tin can, right? It was a 175 TXW. But before that, I'm walking to a college party with a case of beer on my shoulder, and as I'm walking to a Cinco de Mayo party, there's this dude working on his truck. And beside his truck was a 14-foot aluminum boat, but it was flipped upside down on some logs. And I had the most random thought in my head, like, I wonder if he'd sell me that boat, just random. So I set my case of beer down. I was like, hey, mister, you planning on selling that thing? Or are you going to use it? Or, oh, yeah, it's going to be a retirement project. he
Was
said.
it in that tone?
Yeah.
Hey, mister.
Dude, I was
hey,
not
you.
a polished.
Hey.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Excuse
you
me,
weren't
sir.
You weren't your tattooing self.
I
like,
did not.
Hey, darling.
I did, no.
You know that little
No.
rickety tin
No.
boat you got over there?
I did not Aaron Teal that thing.
That
with,
is
like,
Dane Vocelka-ing that.
suave, smooth lingo.
Was the case of beer empty or
Oh, it was.
you cracked?
No, well, case wasn't open. I'm heading to a party,
Okay.
and the guy's like, "Nah, man, it's a retirement project. I don't plan on selling it." But, I mean, maybe. I mean, are you local or are you trying to get into fishing? It's like, yeah, I built a boat back in high school, and I'd like to get back into it, and I was just looking for something I could tow around with my car. Tell you what, he goes, I'll sell you the boat for $400. I was like, it was that easy, huh? Holy shit. He goes, yeah, and it doesn't have an outboard on it, but there's one in my garage. Come here, let me see what you think. And he walked me into his garage, and on his couch, he pulled this sheet back, and there was a 35 horsepower Evinrude from 76, like flawless. He's like, yeah, last time it was on the boat, it ran first pull. Goes, you can have it for free. Like, no way. Goes, yeah, man. Tell you what, why don't you go get your vehicle and come back down here? I'll flip the boat over, put it on the trailer for you with the motor, and you can take it home. $400. Deal. Set my case of beer down, called up my girlfriend at the time. It's like, hey, bring the Durango down, hook it up. I mean, it was that simple, that easy. And in my garage at my college house, I stripped it down, I painted the outside, built a deck, built a flat deck and carpeted it and put a trolling motor on it, and that's what I had to fish with. Then I found the Duluth Bass Club, and when I met everybody, I went, holy shit, this is not gonna work. I don't have a live well. I don't have, like, I need some things, right?
I think you had that boat for like not that long when I met you.
Yeah, I can't remember.
So
that was
I
a
think
long
you were
time
planning
ago,
to
man.
fish the club
In that boat.
in that boat. So you got that boat,
And then I decided,
and then we fished it together.
yeah,
And you fished out of that boat for a while. You had that boat for a while.
I
It
did.
some damage.
yeah, the old Tippy canoe.
She was a kite, but you got her done in that.
I sure did.
I think your first, I remember you won on gull out of that thing in the wind with Mike.
That was a tracker. Yeah,
Oh, sorry. I thought we were, no, you,
that was a tracker.
yeah, I thought you got the tracker for Duluth Bass Club
Yeah.
that year that we met. That's
Yes.
what I was talking about was
Yeah.
the tracker.
Yeah,
The old tippy canoe, the old kite.
they both were Tippy canoes, man. They weren't that different.
The old, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, that's what we had,
So-
man. No spot lock, no nothing. Just straight send it. Side imaging had just come out.
What
and that's
year
when
of
I got into
college
fishing.
were you when you got the
It had to have
$400
been
one?
it had to have been my junior or senior year. Because I only had that
Had
boat
to
for a
be your-
little bit of time.
Because I suppose you lived in Skyline, which would have been my senior year.
Mm-hmm. That would have been my
So
first
you'd
year
have been
out of college.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
That makes
First
sense then.
summer
Yeah.
going into the fall out of college.
Did you trade that thing in when you got the ass tracker? Did you trade that?
No, I sold it to a guy for $2,500.
Wow.
The thing was pimped out.
Upgrade.
You Lindy'd that thing. Wow.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Oh come on! That was actually worth $2,500.
It's not funny, man. That was a good boat. Well, how dare you?
We can't even talk about that.
So when
we
did
didn't.
so did you have the 4Runner at this time, or
Yeah, I went from a Toyota Corolla pulling around this little aluminum boat to getting a Toyota 4Runner, which we had a lot of good times in the college house.
yeah, we did.
Teal and I were bahaing through the
Yeah,
frickin'
yeah.
people's yards, going to McDonald's
It was
at 3 in the
bad.
morning.
But so Dane and I met at that bass club meeting, and we each didn't have like a partner to fish the bass club up there, and so we decided to fish together.
Yeah.
And then at this point, I'm like, he's like, so where you live? And I was like, here. And I was like, how about you? He's like, my truck, my 4Runner. He's like, yep, I've been eating continental breakfast, like hotels and
Canal
shit.
Park.
Canal Park, like
Bumming it, dude.
bumming it.
A lease fell through. I was supposed to go into this.
Yeah, he was waiting on.
Yeah.
You weren't completely bumming it. He was waiting on a house to be done so he could move into it.
And then it got messed up because the plumbing wasn't done right. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can't move into this house. It's not ready. And what am I going to do? Just go sign a lease somewhere right away? I'm like, nah, I'm going to wait it out. It's summer. I'm going to just, sleep in the 4Runner. And, oh, man, if I plan this out right, like I could be at this hotel in the morning for breakfast. They would never know because I don't look homeless. What if I go in there and get a bagel, eat some eggs? I could come out, and then the next morning I would just go to a different hotel. Or I would go up to the Edgewater Hotel, like up on 21st Ave, and by Perkins. Perkins had a sweet lot. I could roll down the back window in the 4Runner, and the lake breeze would come through the vehicle, so I'd cool off at night. And I just, yeah, man, I've been in that position a few different times where I had nothing. I had 10 pairs of clothes, no personal belongings, no furniture, no nothing stored anywhere, just my vehicle.
And an ass tracker.
Dude, I don't even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because I
did.
had a storage unit
Yep.
up by Fish Lake, and I kept my boat in a storage unit. So anytime I wanted it, I could just go up there, and I paid about $40 a month for this tiny little unit because that ass tracker was.
tiny?
Yeah, I mean, you could put it in a high school locker.
You could one hand that into a small garage. For sure.
Yeah, but you know that both of us would go back and buy that ass tracker back just so we could go fish shallow rivers
Speak for yourself.
in the fall, during the wintertime when it's above freezing.
Battle of the Hogs.
Battle of the Hogs when you got
It
to
would be
carry
good-
your ass
it would
down
be
to
a
the
good
lake.
beater. It'd be a good beater boat for sure.
You know how many people look at me when I try and back the boat into most landings on public lakes, and they're like, "Yo, dude, concrete stops like 2 feet down. You ain't gonna get that thing out." Like, yeah, I will. I've put my Vexes in a lot of fucked up positions.
Whoa.
Axles are gonna break anyway.
They are gonna break.
No, not on that one.
Yeah, I haven't broke anything on that
the
one.
Triton you did.
That was,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I broke that one. I mean, going to freaking Hartwell
Dude, you
for
should-
nationals.
I don't know how you got that home, especially as fast as you were driving it.
Just keep it in a straight line, baby.
Dude, from South Carolina to Minnesota, I watched him drive a fucking 21-foot 21 TRX.
Call her by her name.
Tracy,
Tracy,
the second.
number 2.
The winningest boat we've ever fished out of.
With the biggest fish catches, ask Caden Anderson. He's dubbed some pretty big fishes out of that thing since.
He's out
I
there
caught a
today.
7 and a
Oh,
quarter.
yes, he was.
7 and a quarter molly out of that.
Dude, there's been
Come
an
on.
8-pound largemouth in Minnesota caught out of that.
Yeah, Drew caught his out of that.
But we made it back from Hartwell on 2 axles that were not attached to the boat frame or the trailer frame.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
2 axles not attached to the trailer frame. And he drove like 80 all the way home. I followed him.
There was
Like
enough
waiting
weight.
to die.
There was
Waiting
enough
for this
weight.
axle to come fly me. There's enough weight. You're just riding it.
all the way home, baby.
Why'd
Through
you-
the potholes.
How
and
how
shit.
long are you guys there? You guys are crazy. Bringing
Well,
two
it
boats.
broke the first day I got there, and I continued driving it to and from the landing as long as I was able to back it straight into the driveway.
That's why we brought 2.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Major malfunctions.
Hartwell. Yeah.
I still fished out of it every day down there. But I don't blame Hayden for not driving the boat down to Florida because it has some long distance curse on that thing.
Yeah, it'll catch it'll win tournaments and catch really big fish for like a radius in the Midwest.
You
for
just
sure.
got to get the boat
If
there.
you take it past that radius, you might.
But
you
they
might be
made
fucked.
horse shit trailers.
Everyone makes horse.
Everybody makes horseshit trailers.
Vexus does not make a
Besides
horse shit
Vexus.
trailer.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Those trailers are
Remember the Camus
Sick.
my Camus that you told down.
A lot of the
down to
third-party
Florida?
trailers. There's a lot of
That
third-party
fucked
trailers.
up the.
I messed it up.
They make
Well, I
the
mean,
boat for the trailer.
I'm
though.
not saying you did, but I mean, it did have a pretty fucked up axle.
Huh.
Is what it is.
Should have went torsion.
Those wheels were those like wide, like look at me.
Can I ask
wheels.
you boys this? Have you ever had your tandem trailer wheels aligned?
No.
You do know, like, we should be doing that once a year, having them aligned.
My truck was shimmying it. Once I hit 70 miles per hour, it'd start going like this, and Wolf would start barking at me.
So this mobile tattoo / mobile custom rod unit, this 24-foot Glacier Ice House, they want me to realign the tires once a year. They don't come aligned from the factory, and they don't come aligned from the dealership. Once you get your load in there and you kind of figure out what you want to put in there, you have to realign them. And then every year you have to have them realigned. Otherwise you get premature wear and randomness.
I don't know what like 2 to 4 lava lamps weigh, but factor that in for like the traveling podcast. Gotta get some lava
You
lamps.
want
Gotta get some-
freaking lava lamps put
just
inside the bar.
2 to 3
put
lava
one, like, right
lamps,
here.
and we're good to go, dude. It's not much, man. They get warm, so keeping good, like having a good radius.
I don't know if you
surrounding,
guys
so-
know this, but Aaron Teal's a man of simplicity. He doesn't need much.
some good music and some.
I can
lava
name 3
lamps and
things.
Some bass.
He needs a fish whistle.
Fish whistle.
He needs Sour Patch Kids
No, I don't.
And he needs
I
a
don't-
lava lamp.
I don't need those
That's
things.
it.
No, I need
and a
where's
fishing
the fi-
pole.
Jesus, yeah. You don't know me that well.
He buys gummy bears by the 4-pound bag,
No, those were gifts.
and he had 2 of them.
Those were gifts. Those were gifts.
That's it.
No, he's pretty good with candy. I'll give him. I'll
I don't
back
buy
him
it.
up on that.
I don't
No,
buy
you're
it.
good. You're good.
If it's given to me, I mean,
You're on a strict
what am I gonna just be a bad person and not accept the gift?
protein bars, beers, couple waters.
Sandwiches.
You've shocked me.
Recently?
Cooking, feeding us.
The lunch that he made me today, probably 2 of the best sandwiches I've had
I don't believe that
in a
but
while. In a long while. He came out with different cheeses. He's like, this one has this cheese.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Here's some fruit. This one has this cheese.
Field Gate cheese out of Litchfield. Good stuff. Check them out. Right on 12 off Waver. Yeah, right from Waverly there.
What? Hold on. Say this again. Where is it?
Right in Litchfield.
What is it? No? A what cheese? What kind of cheese?
Fairfield cheese.
Fairfield cheese. I've never been. But my wife loves cheese, so.
Well,
Sea biscuit.
Sea biscuit.
You need to
Here,
take
kitty,
her
kitty,
there.
kitty, kitty.
you
Yeah.
can take her there.
Yeah. Well, maybe you shouldn't. I'll take her there.
I'll take her there if you don't kill me.
So
What kind of whiskey we're drinking tonight, by the way? What is this? Oh. See, I've never been a big fan of Pendleton, but it's actually pretty good. I would have not have said it was Pendleton. Thank you.
You're welcome.
it's got a Vikings logo. I don't know if you should be. Did they play today?
I don't even know.
No.
Oh, today's Saturday.
Wild win?
Yeah. Shootout.
Shoot out again.
Yeah. Good Govson's.
I thought you said Shooter.
Nah.
It's
Shootout.
like Kyle Shooter
Kyle Shootout.
coming back to the Champions Tour. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited.
Good field.
I'm excited for this year.
I kind of like the schedule.
Let's
For
go
all
back.
of them.
Let's.
I'm
where
sorry.
were
I
we?
derail
No,
so
no,
hard.
no, I got.
No,
it.
side quests are necessary at times.
Well,
We
yeah,
all
I
go
went
on
from the
quest.
cross rocket to the whale tail.
Yeah, you're a wild one, D. So.
Sorry.
So you're in the. Let's go back to you're in the tracker, Tracy 1.0.
Yeah, Tracy 1.0,
You're
175 TXW, fishing.
You're
little-
bouncing. You meet
college
all of us
derbies.
clowns.
Getting to meet
Pierre,
you.
Judd.
Well, you know what? You boys said, hey, you gonna do some graphic design work for me? You could just sleep on my couch. You don't got a place to live, man? And you took me in under your wing.
Yep.
That's how that worked. That's
And-
how we met, and that's how we started fishing together. And then I
Lived
really
on my
just,
couch
I felt,
for years.
yeah, I was very
2 years.
appreciative.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
We
Weren't we just
slept on the
talking?
roof at that house too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I've been on
I
that
slept
roof a
on
few
that
times.
roof, on that porch, on the couch, on every
On
couch
any
and
furniture that we didn't
recliner.
burn down.
Yep.
Well, it just had the best look. Looked over Superior. I
Dude,
mean,
you can
come on.
see that was
This
the greatest
poster-
college house of all time.
This poster was there above our TV.
Yeah, it
A lot,
was.
a lot of the stuff on the wall has a lot of sentimental value.
That. Yep.
Yep.
I remember we had
Yep.
a slow no wake buoy from the horseshoe chain that was in the basement.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I mean, we didn't
Or,
take it
no,
out
that-
of the lake.
That was no, it was on shore, but
Yeah.
and it was a malfunctioning buoy.
There was also a McDonald's yellow cone. Do you remember that? Oh, that's a different college house. Sorry.
No, but we had that buoy out in the front yard, so like people knew which house was ours.
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And the neighbors weren't that pissed off about that. They were
Oh
just
no,
mad.
they're pissed. They're always pissed at
They
everything.
hated us.
They did.
At everything.
It's all right. I know things.
Well,
about
who
I remember-
puts a college house in between
I know
like
things.
Well, who's trying to start a family in between, like college houses and party? Like,
I mean, Duluth, it was kind of all the college houses. That's kind of the unique thing about Duluth is like a lot of places, there's like the college section. Duluth, it was like
everything is college. there.
everything was,
It's a melting pot.
yeah, you had families next to doctors, next to teachers, next to college kids.
Yeah, but
Like,
we
that's
were-
how
we-
it was.
we weren't-
Families next to college kids.
we weren't like crazy. Like,
Yeah, we weren't crazy.
Nope.
No, man.
Nope.
No, we
Not
weren't
at all.
crazy. Not even a
Didn't
little
do
bit.
it. Didn't do it.
We
Damn
were well
crazy thing.
behaved.
And that's what got me here.
Dude, we did some.
Uh-huh.
a lot of nights in the library.
Dude,
I did not belong there, dude. The more and more I
I-
like live in society and work with people and
Paid a lot of money to meet you guys.
dude, yeah. Because when I realized, bro, no one up here thinks the way I think, I'm out.
never spent so much money to meet you fuckers. Jesus.
That's funny. So you're in the tracker. You're homeless. You're bouncing around. You start partying. I remember the Halloween. That was a great night. We were all dressed up in Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you about to say?
I started getting seriously into tournaments about that time. That's when I started fishing the North Star Trail, is when I seriously started learning how to pre-fish and dissect bodies of water and fish.
With who? Solo?
My stepdad.
Okay.
As anglers, we develop special bonds with our equipment. There's something magical when you find that perfect jig rod and reel combo for a technique that elevates your confidence on the water. Whether it's a perfectly balanced, crisp, and sensitive jig rod that gives you the highest level of control over your bait, allows you to feel every grain of sand, every bite, and allows you to drive that hook clean, or a rod with the perfect action and taper that seems to keep your chatterbait, swim bait, or whatever it is in the back of the bass's head where it belongs no matter where you throw it, or a rod that allows you to effortlessly cast a lighter bait you used to cuss at on your old combo. These types of magical bonds are rare to find in a mass-produced sweatshop, which is why Vocelka Fishing Customs came to existence, with the sole purpose of bringing you closer to your passion by enhancing the bond with you, your rod, and the bass. Confidence is everything in bass fishing, and there's no bigger boner buster than losing a big fish, not feeling like you can present your bait correctly. The list goes on and on. Mr. Vocelka is a full-blown artesian craftsman who can build you the perfect rod, no matter the size or action, custom, exactly the way you want it. He also has a wide variety to choose from right on his website, including fan favorites like the 8-foot hair jig rod, the drop shot rod, swim bait rod, the chatter chicken rod, the MH workhorse, and more. Even ice fishing. You do the whole frozen Swiss cheese thing, the ice fishing. Seen grumpy old men? Well, you can send that jiggle stick back to the antique store because Mr. Vocelka builds custom ice rods in all sizes and actions too. So head on over to his website, vocelkafishing.com. That's VOCELKA fishing.com to enhance your confidence on the water, feel your passion, and catch more bass, baby.
Supreme Lure Co. introduces a revolution in bass fishing with our triumphant trio, the Supreme Slug, Lil Slug, and Slaw. Leading the charge is the Supreme Slug, a legend revived after 2 decades. Its unique shape and built-in hook slot redefine tactical brilliance on the water, giving you an edge like never before. But the saga continues with the Lil Slug, a miniature powerhouse that mirrors the majesty of the Supreme Slug. Don't let its size fool you. It packs the punch needed to lure in those elusive bass. And for the ultimate bass feast, there's the Slaw, a craw representation with the same irresistible characteristics as the Supreme Slug. It's bass seduction at its finest, designed to trigger predatory instincts. Exclusively crafted for bass enthusiasts, Supreme Lure Co. brings you a trio that's not just baits, they're bass magnets. Supreme Lure Co. Cast in gold, reel in glory.
Got him back into fishing. He sold his boat. Him and my mom split up, and we decided, you raised me. I bought a boat. We should go back out and continue fishing. Let's tournament fish. You taught me how to fish. Now let's do some serious tournament fishing trail stuff together, and kind of talked him into it. Let's go halvesies on entries and pay for gas and get cheap hotels and figure it out. And it was fun. Kind of rekindled the whole outdoors thing.
This is Mike, right?
This is Mike.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I
Yeah.
met him.
Love Mike.
Yeah, he just got a really cool retirement place up in Hackensack on a little lake called
Place
Poquet.
beautiful.
Oh, it's so dope. It's right on the water, man. You could pee off the upper deck into the lake. You could literally cast a slug right out the front door onto the water. It can't be more than
magical.
15 feet from shore. The shoreline. It's that close. Even closer. It's from the deck. So, back into tournament fishing. North Star Trail. And we
Lewis Bass Club.
we started competing against each other on the North
A little
our
bit.
trail a little bit, but then the bass club thing we did for only a couple of years.
The Bass Club thing was where it started. Then you fished the North Star.
Yeah, within a year apart, a year or two.
Right, right. And then I would fish different stuff in the summer.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
We're like NABCs.
I think that's when we started
2018.
fishing, like real shit together.
Yep. Yeah,
No,
because 2018. It might have even been 2017 when we started fishing them. 2018 is when we had some good tournament finishes and had some fun. Maybe even into 2019, but that's when Team Trail really started kicking off and it really started growing, and we fished that for a while. Yeah, that's 2018.
Well, it's just like a good reference year.
Mille Lacs,
Yeah.
And I was just a young buck, didn't know anything about nothing,
That was a
dude.
monumental year
There's so many people that
for
are,
us.
Well, let's talk
We
about
learned
that
how to
year.
fish rivers that year.
yeah.
We learned, we won a big tournament on Mille Lacs, which was a big confidence boost for us. Dane figured out a really cool deal that, I was able to replicate. Then we didn't know at the time, but it was the winning deal.
Mm-hmm.
And, then we went to the river and we camped in that tent, I remember.
Through multiple thunderstorms.
Yep. I think I caught that big smallie that year on Sturgeon Bay before that event.
Was he ever dry that week? I feel like he was always just like soaking wet in that tent.
I drag him through the most shit,
on the
dude.
boat in his boxers, drying out.
I make him sleep in the tent, head below his feet, on roots. Then we're sleeping in a tent in the rain. Then we're in the boat, getting thrown around by 8-footers on Mille Lacs. Then he falls out of the boat on the Mississippi River. Then he... I still, man, to this day, I know some of these stories have been repeated, but god dang, man, there's been so many great memories on the tournament trail.
Yeah, dude.
It's been unreal. But here's the deal with fishing and me. So many people are dissecting everything from their lures and their tinkerers and their line Nazis and their rod Nazis, and there's this and that. Man, I just go fishing. And you know that about me. Like, dude, are you going to change those hooks? No. Dude, are you going to retie your line? No. Dane, are you going to look at this? I know it does. And it's burned us. It has.
So does everything.
Well, and I'm getting better about it.
I've burned us on things. I mean, that's just part of it.
It's not a lack of work ethic. It's just a different attention to detail. So when people talk about weighting crankbaits and figuring out certain things, I'm way more concerned with location and boat position and like time on the water and working off the water, not even with tackle, just in general.
That's a little bit spicy, dude.
Is it?
Well, you might, I mean,
Here.
Where's that ice?
that was a bit stiff. Well, only maybe 30 minutes into this podcast and Till's going to be wet as a whistle.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like that tonight.
He wants to play some Pong later, bud. Oh,
I wanna remember
Oh,
playing
dripping down the
Pong.
bottom of the glass. Oh, yeah.
new table.
There it is.
Dude. Damn.
It's sealed, man. You don't need to worry about it. We just, maybe let's not get anything dripping down in between the boards or on the screw heads yet. Oh, God. Here, let me just take a sip out of it, huh? I'll help you.
Get in there.
Yep. And that brings us to now. Look at that. That story was super quick.
So where are we? So
Here, in Till's
we're
Bass Galaxy, 2023, almost 2024. Ready for Champions Tour and Team Trail, and businesses are booming, Teal.
What about the year you guys were just
Racking them.
Yeah, what year was that?
2019.
That was a good one.
Good lord.
Didn't have to worry about forward-facing sonar, and
Good
my neck was a lot.
Back before sore necks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't facing down like a teenage girl at her cell phone for 15 hours a day. Now I'm just constantly staring at the damn screens. I hate it. It's necessary, but I fucking hate it.
Surprised it took us this long to start talking about forward-facing.
We're not going to. That's why I'm going to bring this up. So there was one time on Tonka, and it was similar to that year, 2019 or 2020. I started figuring out flipping on Tonka in certain flats, right? And there was this one theory I had. And it was where the old milfoil edge stops and starts, okay? And where hard spots are in a big weed flat. There's got to be target zones on a giant flat that you can't see and that most people won't find. But if you can stay and zigzag a coordinate like grid pattern on a giant flat, you might be able to find some of these depressions or indentations or sweet spots that fish are relating to under the cover. So there were days in 2019 and 2020 where I would look at a flat and I'd say, I'm going to zigzag 20 feet apart, north and south, across this entire flat, and I'm going to flip 1 ounce tungsten until I get bit. And I'm just going to keep flipping, and I'm just going to work slow, and I'm going to zigzag an entire flat. Featureless flat that I've driven over for years, because I used to live out there on Wilshire Boulevard. I lived out on, do you remember what island
Spring
there?
Park.
Yeah, Spring Park.
In that condo.
Yeah, that island out there. I don't remember what they call that. Phelps Island.
Something like that, yep.
So I'd zigzag. No electronics, nothing. All I would do is just... I'd get bit, and I'd put a waypoint down. And I would continue zigzagging, and then later in the day, I'd come back, and I'd zigzag that same flat, but I'd go the other direction. And I'd just go back and forth.
Because you had pretty good electronics in 2019.
Yeah, well, I wasn't using electronics to side scan or to, there was no forward facing that I was using. It was just 2D sonar and figuring out how dense the weeds were or where the tops of the weeds stopped.
But you had side imaging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't using the electronics to their fullest capability. I was just fishing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to how some of these Tonka rats fish. They just throw the trolling motor down in the water and they just go fishing, right? I want to test this theory out. And it's amazing what you can find fish relating to in the weeds. On what you would swear is, I mean, there's no contour change, there's no nothing. There's just something there. And you could go there 2 days later and you could catch 4, 5, 6 fish. You could go hours later, catch 3, 4 more. But if you went 40 feet to the right or left or north or south or anywhere, you wouldn't get bit. And that's when I realized, holy smokes, I don't know dick about fishing. I need to just fish way more and spend way more time on the water. And that's when 2019, we really started to put a lot of time on the water.
Mm-hmm.
And
fish
on the boat.
Well, and just fish things that are featureless. Look for subtleties, irregularities.
In 2016, it feels like when we slept on the boat the first time.
Me and you.
Yeah, for that whitefish deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as far as like both of us putting in
Time.
not
Late.
crazy amount, but
Late.
yeah, it'd be like 3 days, but it would be like the 3 longest days.
You were so burnt out
Be
by the
the-
time the tournament was over.
Yeah,
Just needed some sleep.
for sure. And I think about if those were multiple day events, we probably wouldn't have. I mean, I don't know. Would we have burnt out?
It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
When you look at the opens and how you have 3-day events or even some of these bigger 2-day tournaments, it's like it depends on how you approach it. I think we're getting better at realizing that there's so much more change that's happening. And when we
Yeah.
pre-fish, we're not saying this is what it's going to be.
Right. Right.
Because we've been lucky certain years where it's like the day before the tournament, practice sucked up until 45 minutes before off limits.
Mm-hmm.
And we go, oh, that is the deal. And now we know what we're going to do tomorrow.
Woman
Yep,
would be the example of that.
100%.
Yep. Yep. Lots of cool things that year. But like you, so what's cool about you, I think, is he's one of the quickest learners I've ever seen. Like he talks about like, oh, everybody started earlier than him. Like, thank God we did. Just saying. Like, very quick learner. And your tattoo artist,
Uh-huh.
you're a rod builder, tournament angler, and then you're a father.
Yeah.
But like
And a rancher.
and a rancher.
Cowboy. We'll chalk
Yeehaw.
it up, whatever you
It's
want.
all the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is work.
Half Cherokee and chocolate.
These boys.
She's a Chippewa.
I wish everybody could have seen you boys on our horses a couple weeks ago for Friendsgiving.
That was rowdy.
Yeah.
We had a couple of turkeys. We had
Couple of
a hell
stallions.
of a meal.
Saved a few cowboys and rode a horse for sure.
You did. And I
Yeehaw.
was like, watch this. JP, you can get this horse to do whatever you want. There's more buttons on a horse than you think, and you could really control it.
Dude,
You're
I
like,
didn't
what are you
push no
talking
buttons.
about?
Your daughter pushed all of them. Like she
Well,
drove
she
the
held
horse.
on to them.
Like she, yeah.
Yeah.
She made it start bucking, and my balls just started bouncing up and down. It's like,
Yeah. And
I
then
don't know how them people do it. Like to be a rodeo person.
Barrel racer. You
I
gotta be
mean-
a crazy.
I'd much rather
balls
ride a
gotta be like-
bull. I'd much rather ride a bull than a bronc. For sure. You watch these guys get bucked off a horse.
I don't want to ride none of that.
Oh, thanks.
I'll take my airwave seats. Thank you very much.
Yes. Every time. As long as they're blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pro tip for the airwave pedestals.
As long
to
as
keep
you blow them up.
I got
keep the PSI.
I got a
in
question
the
for
airwave
both of you
pedestals.
clowns.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What's your favorite memory fishing? It could be tournament or fun fishing because you two together because it goes way back.
Oh, memory fishing together.
Yep.
Scariest one was that fog.
Oh, that's. I remember that
I was
story.
telling Menzie about that on the podcast because he had a similar fog experience on Sturgeon Bay. The fog rolled in and he couldn't see no more, and he was like a long ways from home.
Yeah.
And
That was borderline calling the Coast Guard on
Stevie.
that one.
that one was dicey.
But that would
I said
not
best,
be a favorite
not the
memory.
worst.
Oh man,
Yeah, that time we almost died. God damn, it must be really brutal with me in the boat.
no, it's good. It's good. Geez, the best one though. There's so many. Was it the Mille
Yeah.
Lacs? Let's try. Or
Well,
Tonka,
it depends.
Or the river, or Woman,
There's been
or-
times where we're trying to catch a fish that either I broke off or, let's be honest, I probably fucked it up.
You
And
guys,
so later in the day we go back to try
You
and
didn't
catch
fuck
it.
it up.
And later in the day we go back to try and catch it. And you're just so doubtful after the first 15 minutes, like this thing isn't going to bite again.
It's a half hour.
Yeah, of trying to catch it again. So one of my greatest moments, I'd say it's top 5, is when Teal pulls out this custom medium light rod I built for him. This little, 6'6",
That little
7
crappie
foot
rod, yeah.
crappie
oh
rod.
yeah.
And he throws this little,
fly on it.
it wasn't a hair jig, it was,
Pre.
It's a Cabela. It's like a fly I bought from Cabela's.
No, I remember.
yeah, for
I
like
remember-
bluegills or like,
No,
catch-
it's like it's a beefier fly. You know, it's a meaty. It's a man
Yeah,
fly.
it looks
It's
like
a
a
man
wasp.
fly. It's a manly fly. You know, it's a big beefy one. Big beefy
With a little split
crawfish
shot on it.
Looking one.
up like 2 feet in front of it or a foot
Looks
in
like
front
one
of
of
it.
your dice.
No, dude.
Huh?
Way weird.
Sorry.
Way more weird looking than that. Like, what are you doing? And when he hooked it, oh, I got it.
Was he in his boxers or was
You
he
know, this
clothed?
is after I had him in his
You're
skivvies.
clothed. All right.
I was clothed at this point.
All right.
This
But
is
it ate
after
it on
we
the
woke him
fall.
up.
This fish, like, made us feel absolutely stupid, and then it was like that thing just, like, it swam up like 3 or 4 feet for it. Got it.
And when we netted that fish,
We knew it.
Shane Raveling heard us screaming and hugging each other on the front deck. Because he
hugged.
was in a
It
similar
happened.
place of the lake, and we were
was a
bouncing up
wingfish.
and down. This is after the frickin'
We lost
huge
that fish.
storm rolled in. This is after.
We lost that fish.
Yeah.
The 5-pounder.
So that's your best moment.
That's
That
top
was our
5.
dagger.
That was one of my top 5 moments with Teal in the boat. There was another one
I got
similar where I was laying out over a dock in a way. I was in the boat, but had my arms, and I was laying on my belly, so my rod was over the dock because I hooked a fish casting over a dock.
Sounds sus.
And it went underneath, and I got down on my belly on the edge of the boat rail, and I'm holding my rod out as far out as I can so it's on the other side of the dock, and the line's going under and around, and Teal then
I
had to do a similar
My
thing.
toes were on the gunnel. I was laying on the dock with the net, and I netted it on the other side of the dock.
I fought this fish, and it jumped, and it went right in the net.
I told him not to cast at it. We couldn't catch it on the
told him
other
not to
side of the
do it.
dock. That fish could see us, dude. Like, straight up. As soon as we got on the other side of the dock, it bit in one cast. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably, again, up there in my top 5.
Top 5 moments.
One at that moment.
So-
I think my top 5 was that, well, like, on Tonka, that tournament we won, we were, like, rolling that day. Like,
What
we
year
went
is
to a
this?
spot that we were going to
2019.
shit that didn't work in practice, but
NBC.
because the weather was different, we like
MNBN.
went there anyway, and we'd catch a big one. And then Dane's like, I'd like, hey, let's go here. And Dane catches a big one on a crankbait. Big one. And then Dane's like, let's go here. And then he throws a fucking tube out and catches like a 5 3/4. Big fish of the tournament. It's the last one of the day. Dagger. We win that thing.
I was like,
Like we were calling shots. Like
Yeah.
it was great.
And just having a good time.
and it was
Great time.
And
Robbie
we caught
and
them all.
Joe saw us catch that dagger right in front of the ramp. Like right in front of weigh-in at the end of the day.
Hooting and hollering.
Hooting and hollering. And
But we caught big fish throughout the tournament on different baits that day.
That's
yeah,
how-
that was like everything clicked that
Just
day.
The weather,
Like,
yeah,
versatile,
the weather changed,
everything.
and we're like, this is what we need to be throwing
Clouds
right
came
here.
out. We made the right adjustment.
Here's a question that probably hasn't been asked very many times, but
I like women. Just so you know,
okay.
You don't need to ask me.
Holmes wing
No, I know. A lot of
What's that?
I fish tournaments with partners, and we get in arguments. We scream at each other. Maybe not scream at each other, but we bark here and there. How do you guys handle that when you get down? You're not catching them. You have 0 in the box. It's noon.
Positivity.
You're
Positivity.
you had a hook set, or you were about to net one and it jumped off, and you guys hate each other.
Hey,
How do you
there's
get
one
over
rule
that?
in the boat? And that's positivity, okay? Like, I would say, yeah. Grateful Dead, Althea.
Do you play music?
No, I
but-
sing it.
No, but like the biggest thing in tournament fishing that I think we have this part figured out. It's like
We do well at it.
staying positive no matter what.
That's a huge deal.
It's the hardest thing to do, and
Big time.
we're not perfect at it, but I would say like your job as a tournament angler when you're fishing as a team is to stay positive and pick the other person up
Yeah.
when they're down. And their job is to do the same. And that is your only, like, that is the major job. And communicate and listen. Communicate and listen. And pick the other person up and stay positive.
For sure.
I don't think there's much else to it
No.
besides putting in, like, an equal felt amount of effort or, like, both putting your heart and soul into it, you know?
Yeah.
This last tournament season was a huge test on our mental toughness.
It's the best thing that ever happened to us. And
Yeah.
it's hard to admit that because it hurt. It stung.
We had a
bad year.
team trail year. No, we had good Champions Tour year. Like we had.
Okay. You had a better Champs Tour year than I did. You had some real good finishes. I never cracked that top 5 this year.
But you know, when you get together and you're fishing water that we've been fishing for years and we have some history and things change and you can get kind of
Lahamadu was
trying to-
new for us this year.
yeah. Yeah, it was. But
Kind of.
But Pokegama? This would be a great example of how we pick each other up because, dude, we had one fish in the box and there was 15 minutes of the tournament left.
Yeah.
That should not be a thing, right?
Worst day we've probably ever had on the water together.
And
we were feeling about as good as we've ever felt going into a tournament.
Yeah.
Absolute meltdown.
Like,
but
we didn't even, like, lose them. We just...
do you remember
just
that
had
last 15
one.
minutes, though?
But that's what I mean. It's a testament to staying positive because we thought, okay, we've tried the suspended thing and we've done all this, and we had a lot of it figured out.
Just
During
missing
practice, we had a lot of really
key thing
Yep.
that we don't need to talk about.
But that's okay. When it came down to the end, and we were still like, okay, it's like it's the first 15 minutes of the tournament, but, you know, we're going to go here. We're going to do this.
The community hole that was not open all day, like the first flight had to probably go way in so we could fish it for the last 15 minutes.
And we
Went up there and busted them.
every casted them for
10,
until
dude,
we could have stayed there and greased 20 plus
I was
pounds.
on the trolling motor and Dave's like, Teal, we gotta go. Teal, we gotta go. And I was like, grab the life jackets. And make another cast. He throws the life jacket up on the front deck. And he's like, Teal.
keeps
I was
catching
like, I got one. He nets it. He's like, Teal, we gotta go. I was like, start the motor.
Next cast.
Got
one.
Fuck. Another one.
Yeah.
Like,
Fine, I'll grab my rod real quick.
he gets
I
one.
got one.
Yep. So then
The
the motor's starting. We're still netting fish. We don't know if we're going to make it back on time, but at this point, it's like, we got to do it. We got to swing. And I was like, okay, last cast. Pulled the trolling motor up, I think.
Yep.
And then I don't think we caught one, and then we had to go. But, yeah, that's why you don't quit. That's why you
Correct.
stay positive, no matter
we weighed
what.
a bunk 15 pounds or whatever it was.
But we caught a 4 and a 3.5 at the end of the day, I think.
We caught enough fish to say, okay, yeah, shoot.
I wonder if we would have done
Yeah.
that all day.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have
Oh.
won. I know what we should have done all day, but I wonder if we'd have done that all day, I think we could have cashed a check.
Oh, for sure. But we didn't want to cash a check. We wanted to be,
I know.
you know,
We
doing
didn't
the
want
thing.
to cash a check. Yep. Correct.
Every tournament we swing for the fences. You know what I hate? We're just gonna go up there and swing for the fences. How we had a terrible tournament. We're just gonna do something we didn't do all day. Or if it's a 2-day tournament in nationals, we're just gonna go down swinging. You better be swinging every hour of the tournament, bud.
Yeah.
Like, there ain't no like, we're just gonna send it. I'm sending it every minute. Or if it means staying on a spot for 5 hours because you know you're gonna catch a 5-pounder, I'm staying on that spot for 5 hours. Like, we know that. If that's how we're gonna win, I'm not out there to cash a check. I'm way too like,
He plays for keeps.
yeah, man, I'm way too much of a business guy to be
He's
like,
for you.
nah, dude, I'm taking the
This
risk.
guy is for you.
Like, not a business guy as in like a financial advisor, because no one would be in fishing if they're into financial planning. But
Chapman?
as an entrepreneur, Chapman, that's a really good point. Why?
I think being a financial advisor, those guys are still risk takers. They're investors, you know? I think accountants is the people who definitely, I don't know any accountants who fish. If you're an accountant, and
Juddy
you bass
Beans.
fish, message the Bass Galaxy
Juddy Beans.
tonight.
Isn't
Or
Juddy?
tomorrow.
Yeah, but he fishes like a few times a year.
Yeah, like he's
He ain't fishing the
extra
opens to
conservative
try and
about his
make
fishing.
money.
Yeah, he has like 2 fishing rods. No
Which-
offense, Juddy, but
Which, after hearing all this stuff about the opens and money and like getting to the elites, gal, that does not seem all that appealing.
it's a gauntlet.
I do not blame Noah Schultz for staying local, and I hope he stays local for a while.
You do?
Yep.
I do too. But
Don't sound so sad about it.
but at the same
It's
time,
smart.
for him for sure. But at the same time, is it?
I would
'Cause
way
he has
rather-
it. He has it. He has
But
it.
it doesn't make sense for him. Because, like, if you have a family and
He's
you're going to...
better than most people fishing that. Hands down.
But
That's what I'm
is he
saying.
going to make more money being successful in the opens?
Maybe not the first year, but like, let's look at like, he has the potential to be a fighter.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Which is better than he's doing right now.
I guess
Financially,
I
I think.
don't know how.
Attention all Bastronauts. This podcast is supported by the Bass Galaxy's title sponsor, Waypoint Angler Supply, the Midwest's new landing pad for hardcore anglers just like you and me. If you're looking for the sneaky goods you can't find anywhere else, look no further. Waypoint Angler Supply has the largest offering of JDM tackle in the Midwest, and they are right here in Minnesota on Lake Minnetonka. This is truly a place every bass fisherman in Minnesota needs to visit because we finally have a tackle shop in the state that's as dreamy as the ones you find down south. And the staff at Waypoint Angler Supply understands the various needs of us anglers, which is why you'll find the selection there so enticing. Ross and the folks at Waypoint Angler Supply are passionate about carrying the right stuff, providing an authentic customer experience, and they listen to the anglers. And it doesn't end at JDM baits. They stock all the top U.S. brands, as well as local Minnesota brands like Vocelka Fishing Customs, Arsenal Fishing, Bait Lab Custom Swim Baits, All-Terrain Tackle, Bagley Northland, Outcast Tackle, and more. So stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. Use the code GALAXY20 to save 20% on your next tackle binge. Most tournament anglers and guides are not covered fully or properly. Most insurance policies don't cover exposure due to tournaments and guiding. Taking the chance of using the wrong insurance gives the insurance company an out when settling a claim. How will the insurance company know that your fishing tournaments or guiding? Well, social media is their number one resource. And guess what? They use it. Lake Country Insurance offers one of the only products that can cover both tournament and guiding use in your vessel. Anglers don't seem to hesitate spending $50,000 to $100,000 for a boat. Why risk that large asset, all because you wanted to save a few extra shekels? Are you nuts? Call the folks at Lake Country Insurance today and make sure you have the proper coverage for your boat before the unexpected happens. Call 612-285-3113 today or visit their website, lcisagency.com. That's lcisagency.com.
Those guys are doing financially. I'd still only think that
Fighters got
small,
AOI. Fighters got AOI.
but a small percentage of those Elite Series anglers are really making
Correct.
okay money.
But he could be a fighter. He could be the guy, one of those guys who does make money.
Would his entire family have to follow him around the country and uproot their lives?
Half of it's marketing yourself nowadays.
Because
I guess it's up to him. You know, at the end of the day, whatever, like, I support him. Whatever Noah thinks is best is, you know, whatever.
I
man.
selfishly want to compete against him for as many years as possible.
I think he makes all of us better, so I don't mind
For
competing
sure.
against him either.
That's my only angle is I'd rather fish against the best and hope that they don't leave so I don't have the opportunity to fish against that caliber of angler. That's my only angle on it.
Does he want to fish the elites? Do you know that?
Oh, if he could, I'm sure at
He'll be
some
here
point he
Thursday,
will.
I'll let you know.
There you go.
There's a lot of guys. I shouldn't say there's
A lot of good
guys.
anglers, dude. A lot of good anglers.
Oh, there are so many great fishermen in Minnesota. It's awesome.
Yeah. You have to pee?
Yeah, I got
Okay, we'll take a quick pee break.
Little kids love tattoos. My kids want me to bring home tattoo stencils
Dude, we
all the
love
time.
yeah, dude. When we were kids, like,
Can you
they give
stencil
out
my-
tattoos. They just give them out.
For sure.
So we were like, yeah, tattoos.
I one time
Yeah,
had
I'll
a
take them
dad. I one
tattoos.
time had a father-son duo come into my studio.
Tattoo.
Kid could have been 11.
What?
And the dad was in a wheelchair, and he says, "Hey, man, can you tattoo him?" And I looked in the room, and I'm like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Yeah, you want to tattoo my son? I'll give you $100."
$100?
It's like, "Your son?" He's like, 10. No, I'm not tattooing your son. Can't tattoo anyone in Minnesota under the age of 18. What makes
Really?
you think I can tattoo your son? No. Even
That
parental
guy's probably served a nom, man. Like, that guy risked his life, dude, for this country.
guy did
He
not
served
serve a nom.
Dude, he's in a wheelchair. Did you ask him? Like,
No, I didn't.
so
I didn't.
So the youngest you've tattooed is 18, is what you're saying.
For sure. I would lose my license so quick. Pretty sure fine punishable, like, for doing something like that. It's like $10,000 fine or a year in jail.
You can kiss the harbor tattoo statue goodbye.
If I did that, for sure.
Oh, yeah. When are you getting a neck tattoo?
That's
My wife said I just couldn't get one before the wedding, so that was
why is the tattoo
years
age 18?
in Minnesota.
Why is that?
Because it's ridiculous to get one under the age of 18.
You think so?
Yeah,
As a tattoo artist?
for sure.
Even if your parents are like, yeah, sure.
It's ridiculous for certain people to get tattoos in places like the hand if they have no tattoos. Now let's talk about a minor who's deciding to put a tattoo somewhere but doesn't know anything about himself.
Yeah, they don't
Half
know who
the
they
kids,
are yet.
half the kids nowadays don't even know if they're a boy or girl.
That's a responsible tattoo artist right there.
Yeah, and you know where I lean on that topic.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
debating whether we should poke the bear on that one.
No.
I'm pro American, like pro freedom, pro like
Fuck
freedom
yeah.
of choice
Here we go.
to talk and say what you want. You start pushing that on my kids though,
What the?
I'll get heated.
the freedom to point trans. You know, freedom to point zero, freedom to point trans. Too much freedom. Are you saying freedom has a limit?
I'm saying you can decide what you want to do. Just don't be teaching that shit to everybody.
Yeah,
That's not okay.
yeah.
in my
teach
opinion.
it, only teach it to certain people.
No, you don't
Right?
need to teach that to anybody until they're adults. Then
So-
you can talk to people about it. But you start talking to elementary students about that.
So you think that's cool in college?
No,
Well, they're adults.
I know, but I don't think it's cool.
Yeah, you've got some post-secondary mixed in there. You're right.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
I think so much has changed in our
I wasn't
communities.
one of them post-secondary individuals.
Here's a cool thing about the Harbor Tattoo Studio. Pro tattooing firefighters, police, those who serve, those who are giving back to the community and doing a service for our country. And a lot of people in my industry are not pro, like, first responders. They're like
That's what I was gonna ask. Like,
oh, dude, I am a very rare breed.
really?
My studio and the guy I tattoo with, Justin, we're definitely outsiders when it comes to the tattoo industry.
I'll go there
Because
to drink whiskey sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that studio we're very open, and I love having people that come in that have different points of view and disagree with certain ways of thinking, because it's great. It's a great way to communicate about, like, just plain Jane, your point of view without someone barking at you, because I like understanding why people think the way they do, and I have strong opinions about certain things, but they love being able to see my point of view and then me not get mad at them. I'm tattooing them, so
You're not.
I don't
allowed
want to
get
piss
mad at
them off, and they don't want to piss me off. So it's a very safe environment to say, hey, I'm a teacher, and we don't have regulations on what books we read our kids. Now, some states have lists of books that you can choose from to read, but in Minnesota, like, we can read what we want to. We can read what we want to the children and how we want to, and there are, people that don't like that. And I'm for, what do you mean? You can just read whatever you want to? Like, please tell me more about that. And we can sit and have a good conversation about what they think is right and wrong. And it's wild because so many people have very specific instances where their life has changed or a governor has implemented something that hurt their resources to teach, let's say, those who have special needs or those who...
Talking about Tim Walz and the government shutdowns of 2020 and 2021.
Not specifically, no. There are certain people who have run politically that I would vote for, but maybe have done things that hurt teachers in different environments, and that's why they are anti that person who's running for office. And I thought, holy shit, that makes perfect sense why you disagree with me. I'm glad we talked about it. Now tell me more about other instances. And as I tattoo people, you kind of get this good feeling, and I get a well-rounded idea of what the community is involved in, from a plastic surgeon to someone who's coming back from Iraq to someone who is a firefighter to someone who is a elementary school teacher or a plumber or self-employed or works for HCMC and is a nurse or doctor.
Surgeon.
Dude, yeah, he's the
like putting on titties.
Man, no, dude. No? So I tattoo a plastic surgeon who can take your femur and take a part of it and reconstruct your jaw and use an artery and connect it to your heart and provide blood sources to your face to get a bone to graft into a different part of your body, and use medical leeches and use all these different things to reconstruct a face. And
dude, this guy's putting dicks on chicks for sure.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I asked him.
I don't know how he's not, dude.
But he does, you know, mastectomies and
like this guy can do anything, man. I guarantee.
Yeah.
He's fucking taping some dicks on, dude.
And he drives like a 2017 Silverado LT.
Hell yeah.
And he comes into the studio and he sits and talks with me like a normal Joe Schmo. But he has the biggest house on Crystal Bay.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
and you would never know it. And he's the most humbling.
A lot of those people are that way.
Dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I see so many different people in there. And then they're like, you sell rods too? What are you doing? And then someone will come in and be like, hey, man, I got these 3 rods. Can you repair these guides on them? And, yo, can you build me this custom whatever? Sure. As I'm tattooing somebody.
The life of D.
It's wild. Every day is an adventure. And now it's mobile. Let's go.
So
John Figgy getting tattooed on the road. Let's go.
Buckle up, Figgy.
Are you gonna bring that trailer when?
Hey,
oh yeah.
So we're gonna podcast probably during Champions Tour this year.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we should get the tattoo thing going.
Yeah.
Dude, how sick would it be if you won? Like to get like the lake map tattooed or something with like
day of
the first place check, like, and after you win, like that's like a thing you
Noah
could
would
get.
have a sleeve.
It's free
if you aren't a hardcore, you know, Christian brethren,
you
which
could
is
be
fine
Christian
for
and get
if
tattooed.
you are. Yes, but some people it's like they're like
frowned
I'm
upon.
like
My
they're
body's
like,
a
I'm
temple.
Christian, but I'm Amish when it comes to tattoos. You know what I mean?
Does Cole have any tattoos?
You got any tats, Cole? No.
What's the deal? Hey, that's cool, man. No judging.
pure
No
blood.
judging.
You need to ink me up.
On a lake.
Oh,
Can't do that
Dude, how much ink
Why?
are we going
Bring
to
out the
podcast
ice
this
house.
year?
because the state says I can't.
yeah.
We are going to
Mama
podcast
don't know,
some
don't
ink
hurt her.
this year, D.
Just what Mama don't know.
Nah, I just got to make sure I follow the rules.
We're going to D.
I'm 18 plus
Yeah, I know you're 18. What are you, like 30?
1.
Are you really?
Yeah,
God,
I know.
you're getting old, bud.
Too old. Having fun though.
Here's the deal with phones in this podcast.
Look at me.
They're ridiculously distracting.
For sure.
Look at you guys, clowns. It's like going out to
What?
Applebee's.
Easy
Couple
live
of
scope.
kids
What?
Oh,
being all sneaky.
you're barking.
The producer would like to speak with you, Aaron Teal.
Boss wants me. Boss wants to talk to me. No, not again.
Know what I'm excited for?
What?
No.
Vocelka Fishing changes this year.
Yeah. So
I'm super stoked about it.
changes.
Changes.
What kind of changes?
More rods, more
tattoos.
opportunity, more availability, more hands-on feel, demoing out rods before you buy them type of opportunities. coming out with more models that are labeled specifically for certain approaches. Rods designed by pro staff. Rods that are out there just in numbers, more so. And being available on the road.
What made you get into rod building? This is what
Yeah,
you're getting onto like
yeah.
year 3, 4
10, 11.
of rod building.
Yeah.
Really?
Been doing this since before.
Oh,
long
fuck yeah,
time, buddy.
dude.
But he's a quick learner, as I mentioned.
No.
So you can equate it to
DH.
50 or 60
Yeah.
years experience.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
So DH, I actually used to tie guides on ice rods for him back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep. But I didn't know. So I used to tie rods for him back in the day. And then when I moved back up to Duluth in 2014, 15, somewhere in there, I moved back up to Duluth.
During our prime.
Yeah, I don't remember if
No,
you were
it
still
was-
up there or not.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year that was, but
Macy
he didn't
years,
want me
yeah.
building rods up there and bringing them back and like shipping them back and forth, which is totally understandable. So I kind of started doing my own thing, but I wanted to focus on open water
Didn't you
rods.
find a random northern tackle shop or something that you were doing something for?
Not rod related. No, not rod
Get our
related.
minnows for walleye fishing for Marine General. Shout out to Shark.
Sharuku Kashida.
Yeah, back in college anyway.
Shark, he was the
Pre-Waypoint
man. I actually
days.
I miss Shark. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Shark actually.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
In the nitro, dude, we used to go out Grand Lake. He changed my life. He started throwing a jigger on and caught like a 5.5 pounder, and it blew my mind. And all of a sudden, I was like, I don't know anything about fishing, and I need to hang out with you more. And that's where that bass club really started
Shark's
lighting
cool,
a
dude.
fuse. Like, that's when bombs started going off in my mind, and
Grand
realized
Lake was fire.
before it
Caught 'em
froze out.
good there. Before it froze
Yeah.
out. Yep.
But so
RIP.
then I started building rods, and I wanted to build rods that were higher quality, that I could kind of fine tune and figure out like what it is that I can do to give myself the best tools for the job. Because I'm not one that's really like, I don't want it to look pretty and fancy and colorful and weaves, and I don't want to do all this stuff. It's a tool. But I want Teal to be able to tell me, hey man, I want to find the right blank for this application. I need it to have the right weight, the right action, the right balance. Can you do it? It's between this brand and this brand model. Can we find it? Yep. So let's dig through it and problem solve and find a way that we can make it happen. When I started building these rods, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to compete with all these custom rod builders and build 10,000 ice rods. No, I want to build bass models. And I'm competing against brands that have already been around the block for a long time and are established. But see, I want to be more personal than just this big brand that has the most badass stuff.
Right.
I want to be able to be personal to you and the tournament anglers and fishermen in Minnesota first, and build from there a reputation that handles warranty problems or handles being able to exchange a rod for something that's a little stiffer or softer. Or I want to support locals independently and build up the community around us without having to go too terribly wild into mass production. Like, that's not my goal. My goal isn't to make millions selling rods to the entire country. I'd rather make less rods and make
You'd rather
more
make
lifetime.
Billions.
Someday maybe. And that's why I really started building. And then I started building for myself, and it started out by doing onesie twosies for he, she, and whomever. And now it's just taken off. It could be my full. I could just stop tattooing and just build rods.
Yeah, you have like builders now.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Brandon Downs, you're actually, I'm pretty sure he's your number one listener to the podcast.
Great dude.
Is
Shout
learning
out
how
Brandon
to
Downs.
build these suckers, and he's working his way up to building open water rods, so we can really start making inventory for people instead of hiring people out of the country to send these things back to me. Let's have attention to detail and hand build reputable models for those that
Got to
like
be
use
an
them.
art to it,
Can be.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. Yeah.
for sure.
it's not easy.
Like, so I like tying hair, right?
Oh yeah.
And like with hair, there's layers to it, so you can fuck up until the last part of it. So you only have to really make one really good, like, nice looking wrap,
At the end.
so to speak, at the end. Versus rods, it's like
Not like that.
not like that. It's all very fine tuned.
Yeah.
And granted, hair jigs are fine tuned, but it's more so just like keeping the hair even around and, like, you know, prepping it right, whatnot. But like, I'm a type B type personality. You're a lot more mathematical. Like, rod building is very fine tuned, but you're also an artist. So that's, I think, what's beautiful about you being a rod builder. It's almost like you were destined to do it.
Sure.
Because you are an artist and you make beautiful things,
Yep.
but yet you're a very calculated human being. And that is what is required for being a rod builder. The guide spacing,
Yep.
the measurement of the handle,
Yep.
you know, all of those things
Yep.
combined and put together
Yeah.
is what makes you a true artisan when it comes to rod building.
Well, and I feel like it gives you an optimal experience because you're
I can
getting
speak firsthand.
Sure, for sure. And I appreciate that because you can only get so many rods out into so many hands, and until people start giving you feedback and like, fine-tuning the things that they want done, do you really understand what people like as a mass, right? It's really hard to make 50 rods that everybody loves this rod for this application. But if I can reduce like human error and make, you know, things lighter or crisper or more balanced or spaced correctly, I can appeal to more people. And the product just feels that much better when you use it.
Where can people buy your rods?
Waypoint Angler Supply for sure.
Yeah, that's one spot.
It's
Or
1
your
mile
website.
down the road from my tattoo studio. These guys all get
Good spot.
tattooed by me, and we all have like minds. And we're
So you have a
entrepreneurs.
Pick
setup.
yourself up at Vocelka, stop down to this tattoo studio.
So you
get
can
a whiskey.
literally go
go.
get tattooed
Good
and
Lord.
get a,
Yeah.
and you got a selection.
Yeah. You can go there and custom build them. You can go there and buy what's in inventory. You can come to my studio and ask questions and then go back because honestly, I've walked to their store from my store back and forth. It's not even a mile. It's 0.9 miles.
It's a decent walk, but you're an ambitious soul.
Yeah.
But okay, so being like a custom rod builder,
Mm-hmm.
you've learned you've learned a thing or two over the years.
And I build on a lot of different blanks.
What's the biggest thing you've learned as a rod builder, like
No blanks the same.
about a rod? Yes, compared to like, okay, most Joe Schmoes out there are gonna go up and they're gonna buy a mass-produced rod. Okay,
Sure.
So, being a custom builder, what have you learned about the difference between a mass-produced rod and a custom rod, and why should more people consider like a custom rod? This is, to
Sure.
me, a true pinnacle question. I've felt it firsthand.
Well, let's back up a second. Let's decipher the difference between a custom rod and then just a brand of rods, right? Because Vocelka Fishing and Customs, yes, you can buy a rod and have it customized, right? But does my line of, let's say, hair rods, is that a custom rod? Well, I don't know. It's not customized anymore. It's now just a known make and model, but
Well, it's
you can
hand-built.
but you can customize it. Yes, but every other rod in this world is hand built by somebody overseas. So is that custom?
Same process as you.
I would assume it's very similar. A lot of them use power wrappers and other things, but
I
they're
would
built.
assume
They're not built by machines.
AI robots or
Nope. Young kids overseas are building them.
Little guys. Little
Yep.
tykes.
Or men
$2
and women,
an hour.
men and women that can tie them
Slaves.
for way cheaper than I could pay.
You can either get your
I don't
stuff
know
from
if I buy
slaves or
that.
you can get your
It's
stuff
how
from
it's done,
Mr.
bud.
I don't know
Vocelka.
if I buy that.
That's how it's done.
I mean,
Hey.
some of it, yeah.
Look
but
at the guide wraps on a mass-produced rod
Dane.
that is mass-produced by people
Dane.
that don't have a passion for fishing.
Dane,
Yes.
them blood rods. Them blood rods. Them slave rods.
mining graphite.
That's
out in
what
the
they
jungle.
are. That's what they
Major
are.
difference number one. Slaves and blood. Yeah,
we
okay.
we employ
Well-
employ
Where do you buy your
Americans.
threads?
No, okay? Like,
Sure. Where's this wood from?
no, but seriously, dude. Hey,
Yeah.
who wants to buy? Do you want to buy your shit from slaves, dude? Like, if you know.
As we're on our phones.
I'm just
from-
saying every phone is built by slaves. Like, you don't have a non-slave choice when it comes to phones. Like, it's either
you get to choose between this slave or this slave. Like when you choose a phone.
You're
When
not
choose
wrong.
A rod,
I hate to say it, but
When
you're
you
not
do-
wrong. You're not wrong.
it's not funny, but when you choose a rod, you could choose between a slave or Dane.
Well,
And
that's
you're
a
not
bit extreme.
like when you choose a slave.
It depends if his
when you
kids
choose
got
a
in
slave,
trouble
you're not
that night.
benefiting the slave. You're benefiting the slave owner.
It
right?
depends on
If
if.
you're choosing Dane, you're benefiting Dane
Well, hold on.
and his builders.
Time out.
It's different.
His builders. What if his builders is Grayson and he said the F word at dinner and he's downstairs
You're not-
wrenching out?
You don't have slaves, right?
My son's not a slave, nor does he build rods.
He doesn't own slaves.
Okay, I'm just clearing the table.
You buy a custom rod from Dane, that's a slave-free rod.
I know Danny. I know
Dane.
Danny Seabiscuit
Don't be
wrenches.
buying them blood rods.
She's the boss.
She wrenches them out probably
She's-
more than you.
She ties a lot
Talking
more
shit
guys
right
on
now.
them. No, dude,
I
she
bet
ties
she
a
ain't.
lot.
good, dude.
The first time you met her, she was building rods.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was right. That's funny. That's a good story.
That is a great story. But that's
Yeah,
You're
that's
buying a rod built from a good, hard-working American from the American heartland. When you buy Vocelka Fishing and Customs, is what I'm trying to say. Now, when we're buying a phone, we're choosing between a slave or a slave. When you're choosing a rod, you could choose between a slave or you could choose between Mr.
I think
Vocelka.
what he's trying to say is I should start building phones now too.
No.
because I might
No,
sell
no.
more of them, Cole.
Actually, I didn't even think about that. Maybe you do.
Okay, let's go.
Can you imagine how many bleeding heart virtue signaling folks out there would buy a non-slave phone if you told them that it was an option?
You should sell horse rides for all I know.
horse rides.
Wow.
You do the hay wagon thing for you guys should do a pumpkin patch.
I used to put a
the
love
kids
seat.
with the pumpkin patch things, the pumpkin patches.
I used to put a love
With the
seat
hay
in
rides?
the bucket of the skid loader and give
Build
people
a
rides.
hockey rink in
houses.
that horse barn that you got.
My wife's at home tilling up the arena right now. She does not want me to flood it with water.
That sucks. But we should still build the hockey rink.
But the family sacrifice nowadays is real. How
That's
many
what I'm
hours
talking
do you
about.
work a day
There we go.
right now? How hard does we're getting this on the record.
Women and children
got it.
in
first.
case your wife ever's says you're like it's coming down on you, we're gonna snip at this of and
Is
document.
this like a YouTube reel?
document
Or like
the hours that
Could
you
be.
worked.
short? YouTube
This is
short.
this is for you, Danny. This is how hard your husband works. Go ahead, Dane.
Well, I wake up at 5 and I go to work.
5 a.m. Okay, so you wake up at 5.
Actually, I don't anymore. I used to.
What time do you? Okay,
Now
so
I get up at
It seems like you're
6:30.
always working every time I talk to you. So that's
Well, that's
why I
because
asked
I'm
the
usually
fucking question.
I'm usually tattooing
Just
from
got done
8.
shoveling shit.
I shoveled some shit,
No.
then I tattooed for 6 hours, then I built 6 hours worth of rods, and then I shoveled some more
Shit.
stuff.
No, I'm usually tattooing from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then when I get home, we do a family dinner. We hang out for 2 or 3 hours.
Do you cook dinner?
Sometimes. I'd say 50-50. Solid 50-50.
Look at that.
That's
I
good.
love cooking. My wife bought me a Traeger for
love
my
to see
birthday,
that,
and
don't
I
you?
did not want to be a Traeger
You'll love
fan.
to see that. You'll love to see that, folks.
I love to cook, man.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, you
You are a good cook.
we throw a football in the arena. We goof around. When it's summer,
hockey rink.
no hockey rink. There will be one, but not in the barn, bro.
Dude,
My neighbors have a full-size hockey
I don't
rink in their
care
backyard.
about your neighbors.
Why do
you
I need
have
to build
a
one?
legit arena.
Dude, you're a good cook, but you're a savage. This guy taught me how to cook eggs in a microwave.
That's because I was
A.
homeless.
Okay. B, what the fuck did you cook me this year in that trailer?
Mm-mm.
What the fuck was it, dude? What was it?
Gray ribs.
He cooked me ribs in
A pan.
a pan.
Don't ever do it.
Pan cooked ribs, beef.
Well, I
Beef
mean,
ribs.
a lot of beef is made on a cast iron pan or a skillet, but I tried slow cooking ribs on a pan. Hold on, mind you,
Worst.
Worst,
dude.
Tell me about the Blackstone breakfasts and burgers,
Those were really good.
At Battle of Hogs.
dude. Dude, yeah, but we were on the road in
And
Grand
we were-
Rapids,
we were-
and we were eating
Real
like smash burgers and oh, dude, the bacon and the bagels and the butter on the Blackstone in the horse trailer.
I can smell them now.
I would just go back to where the horses are in the back part of the trailer and open up all the windows and fire up the Blackstone on a table.
Yeah, we bummed that hotel
Electricity?
electricity.
No. We had a generator.
Oh no, yeah, we generated.
We had a
that
generator
one.
the whole time.
That was our first time with the generator, I think.
But we slept in a horse trailer, bro.
We did that twice this year. Sucked both times. Fuck that trailer, dude. I'm ready for the new.
He wants the Glacier Ice
yeah,
House.
dude. Sorry, Danny, but
Are you ready to reel in your next home purchase or refinance? Supreme Lending's Dream Team can help guide you through the entire mortgage process, from pre-qualification to closing. They have a wide variety of home loan programs in their tackle box, including down payment assistance and first-time homebuyer options. Just ask me. I trusted Aaron Dagas, a bass fisherman just like you and me, and Supreme Lending's Dream Team to help finance my first home. Contact Aaron Dagas and the Dream Team today by scanning the QR code or giving them a call at 763-326-0677. That's 763-326-0677. Did I catch a 7 in there? Or visit their website, aarondages.supremelending.com. That's AARONDAEGES.supremelending.com.
I don't know,
that
dude.
trailer's built for racing.
Beats the Iowa hotel that we stayed in that one time. Remember that?
Hey, are we fishing that derb?
Which one was that?
Me, you. I think it was Waldo.
Waldo?
Yeah. I think we shared a bed.
Cockroach Motel,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
heat
yeah.
of COVID,
Gross.
$20 a night.
It was heat of COVID.
That's why it was $20 a night.
It
'cause
was.
then
They
nobody was
paid
going
us to
nowhere,
stay there.
bro.
I'm pretty sure they paid us to stay there.
they basically paid us to stay there, and we fucked them up that weekend, dude.
Oh, we did.
Huzzah!
We did.
Every cast.
We've had some epic
was
out-of-state
nice.
fishing experiences. In South Dakota, us three had an epic experience similar to that.
Yeah, on
On a lake.
yeah,
On a lake.
on a lake we do not speak of.
And
Wait, me? Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
we
Spring.
couldn't find him. We couldn't find him.
Yeah.
We couldn't find him. And all of a sudden, we
That
pulled
bank,
onto the.
right by that.
Huzzah! That was where
We got
that
up on
bank
that-
was where Chapman and I and Garfield got our Easter fucking lunch.
Justin.
That
Was
same
it
bank.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you
oh,
think
yeah.
I knew to go there?
Yeah.
We
Justin.
fucking did same deal.
Did you catch him there?
Fuck, way
them.
better than we got him.
Justin Schneider.
Like way better. We got 100.
No way.
Dude. Yeah.
Justin Schneider talked to me about that bank.
Dude,
Why?
so good. in
Dude,
the
but we
spring.
found that bank.
Yeah. It's real good.
Remember, we couldn't find fish, and then all of a sudden,
It
I
was
just
shitty
hopped
that
on a
day.
trolling motor and I pulled up like just randomly.
Well, we
went down this
scanned that bank. We scanned that
We
bank.
weren't casting at anything.
No, there's rock there. That's a good bank.
Some
No, there's
gravel.
rock.
It's all rock.
There's rock.
Yeah, there's rock on that.
And then
Jerk.
Yeah, it's a good jerkbait bank. Garfield kept jerkbait in sand all day. Fucked him
oh,
off.
it was so much fun, dude. God, we had so much fun. Those days, I live for those days.
Let's do it again, dude.
Do you know how many times we've been in a boat where we're just like, God, like we catch 30 fish, but we're like, today is just like meh. It's just meh. And then you get on that school where the three of us are on the front and we are all one casting them for 2 hours.
That's the beauty of free spawn. It is that light switch, dude.
So
Or
let me ask you
Free
this.
spawn is a light switch, so it's
Or
fine.
full.
I want a trolling motor.
I always told you the day me, you, and Wolf out on Lake X when you couldn't not catch a bass. Yeah. And I told you, I was like, this is going to ruin.
Mars, yeah.
This is going to ruin fishing for me, dude. Like,
Every cast. I think I caught a bass on that lake for 26 casts in a row. And the only reason I didn't catch a 27th was because my blade bait fouled up. reeled my blade bait in on my 28th cast. I caught another fucking 4-pounder, dude. That lake's, yeah. It's not even that good no more.
It is.
Well,
I
maybe
think.
because you keep
good.
fishing
It is
it.
What?
Maybe because you guys keep fishing it and
You-
keep fist fucking them.
No, it's because we took you there.
No,
I've been there one time.
I had the worst fall of all time.
I had such a hit or miss fall this year.
You had a good fall.
I did.
You had a good fall.
No 6Ps, dude.
It's
Okay.
December what? And we're going fishing tomorrow, probably. Maybe. Probably.
If
I'm
you're
going.
Are you going?
I built all these rods for Alex Wolf to come by and pick up.
Well,
Fuck
why don't we
Alex.
take him to him?
Fuck Alex.
How about we
Wolf.
take him to him? We're going to fucking
I'm just kidding.
We're not going there.
pretty much.
Well, we have to go back to my place then,
Dude,
because that's where they are. The
This
rods are
guy
my
says
house.
thinks he's a planner.
yeah.
You're a planner. I'm just kidding. Just not for.
I didn't have blueprints to build this. I guess I just kind of.
This was fucking.
Teal
money.
doesn't have blueprints for tomorrow. We'll still going.
We have 4 hours to try to catch a smallmouth, and then we're gonna catch walleyes.
We'll catch you a walleye too. Make her happy.
A Walter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust out some of those
A
frickin'
Walter.
smeltinators. I'm gonna rip the face.
I like it.
I got cardboard box full of them over there. I can't wait to fucking send them.
I got some Vocelkas that you
That I'm
can switch the
sure
reel
excited.
handle over for you. I left a little rosebud in there for you.
You asked me what the difference between a mass-produced rod and a custom was, dude, and it's consistency, and that's it. That's it. It's consistency.
Not materials.
I would argue that it's a tapered stick that bends, and you could catch a fish on anything like that. The difference is consistency. And if you had a bad experience or you broke it or you want to trade it in or you want to flip it around or do something different to it, you can't go to these companies and just say, hey, man, the butt on your handle is a bit short for
What
me."
makes the
I
difference?
actually think you missed a point there, Mr. Vocelka, in your last fucking summary of what makes it different between the custom and the mass-produced.
well, like,
for
what
back.
makes it
For bass.
from like a $400 rod
What
to a
did-
$100 rod?
Here is what I think
Oh,
the
sure.
difference is.
Well, no, like
There is no mass-produced blank that makes a good head jig rod that is 8 feet long.
yeah,
Eh.
she.
Hey. Exhibit A.
No.
Specialty. Specialty
Sure.
to me
For
is
sure.
the difference.
And we're going to hone in on specialty.
The tube
this year.
rod that I have
Yes.
with that blank,
Yes.
these specialty blanks that
Yes.
you have coming in,
Yes.
that I have dibs on 2 of those blanks
From Mr. Loomis.
himself.
Yep.
Custom specialty blanks to me is also the difference that you get in the custom market versus the mass-produced market. Mr. Pinkerton.
Excuse me, Mr. Teal, what's the difference between you and a mallard with a cold? One's a chick duck, and I don't remember the rest, but your mother's a whore.
Your mother was a llama and your father was a donkey.
Oh, that poor guy hitting women.
Danced
Not
in
okay.
your mother's panties last night, Quebec.
Oh, sometimes a woman needs a little slap on the beak. I can't believe he said that, man. Oh,
shit.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but you can't do that, man.
There hasn't. Well, we were talking about this. I think with Stout and Hauk. Like, there's no good comedies no more.
Really?
Ain't good. When's the last good comedy you've seen?
I mean, I'm looking at one right now.
Like a movie, dude. Like a movie.
Oh, jeez, I don't.
They're
know.
on
I
strike
don't-
still.
Dude, I
aren't
don't.
they?
I don't watch
I got
movies.
no-
Sorry, I don't watch movies. I don't
thought
watch
they were on
TV.
strike. That's why we're not seeing shit.
That was a
Hollywood?
I don't fucking know.
no, dude. I don't. We don't have internet at home. I don't even have cable or.
Shut
satellite.
up.
He like hotspots at home.
Shut up.
I don't have internet.
You don't have internet at your house.
Zero.
He's got a whole arena to hold a fucking horse race, but no internet.
No internet, no cable TV, no nothing. If they want to watch stuff, I have to hotspot it. Remember?
Mama says I had to go to the owner because they got all them teeth, but no toothbrush.
What internet?
Mr. Vocelka's owner because he's got all that horse arena, no internet.
a few weeks ago, I was playing video games with Grayson in the ice house, and we were coming up with a plan to get internet, and I didn't know that's why he wanted internet so bad. I'm like, don't worry, I'll talk to Dane. I got you.
Get a hotspot out here.
Work it.
Mobile.
You
thing.
gotta bring
AT&T.
the garbage out. You gotta do the dishes.
Yeah.
You gotta quit talking shit
Yeah.
to your sister.
Dude, you gotta talk to Budweiser. Like, hey, film the commercial here with the Clydesdales bringing my son internet on Christmas. Like, the Clydesdales, like, delivering that shit. Like,
He just wanted to play live Call of Duty and Grand Theft
yeah, he just
Auto
wanted to
and
kill
all that.
people.
You know he's
on-
8.
Dude, you know.
No.
Stardom, yo.
No.
You gave him Red Dead Redemption, and he is 8.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I didn't give him.
Tell
Red
me
Dead.
about good parenting.
I did not give him
He's
Red
8?
Dead Redemption. He's 8.
Dude, he was killing people on Red Dead Redemption. All he wanted to do was kill. And I was like,
It's his.
I can't watch you
first-
anymore.
First opportunity
watch
to
it.
show me that he could play a game where he could be like a good guy and rope horses and like, kill coyotes and stuff.
Oh, he showed
did he
me.
show
and,
ya?
and what did I? And I
He
said,
showed
buddy,
me.
you're too young to play this.
Was he killing in front of
Oh,
you, too?
he was whacking and stacking, baby.
God dang it!
But I was telling him to. Like, I mean, like, whack that guy. He's talking shit. Hit him.
I'm trying to teach him like values and work hard and be
Yeah,
disciplined.
behind your
No,
back,
hey.
he's killing
Hey.
motherfuckers,
Hey.
dude.
No, hey. I did
JT.
have a wonder. I had a moment though, dude, with Grayson. I said, Grayson, what are you asking for Christmas? You know, Santa. What are you asking? He's like, I want a girlfriend. And dude, I was like, oh fuck. And that just hit me. Like, it's like fuck.
He's 8.
He's 8, dude.
Dude. He'll be 9 in January, so it's right around the corner.
No.
I'm dealing with his
He's
older
got a
sister
bright
right now.
future.
She
He's got a bright future.
Yeah.
is
I gotta imagine
In
that's
high
a
school.
handful.
she is awesome. She is the best daughter.
She seems fucking good at riding
She is
horses. I don't
very,
know
very,
the
very
level
good.
of that, but she seems like she knows what the fuck she's doing.
But see, like as parents, we're just not parents that sit back and say, "Hey, you know what? You've done enough. Like you don't have to work hard." You know, like she's so good where it's like, okay, we gotta keep pushing her.
Staying out of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens when she gets her license in a year.
What grade? What grade is she in?
Freshman.
Oh yeah.
So how far she's taking the horses now? Like, she doesn't have her driver's license.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she's pretty good at like horseback riding. So like,
no, there's a
is she,
boy.
like,
Oh,
taking-
Clayton down the
No,
fucking
there's
road.
a
Boy.
boy.
Oh,
At the dairy farm she works at down the road. That's super cute, I guess. And I do not like it.
You don't like him or
I don't like it. I don't like
why?
that she's going to work.
15.
No, she's 14. And
What were you doing at
old's
that
he?
age?
How old's this
Right.
motherfucker?
exactly my point. I don't
Let
know
her
how old
live.
he is. He has a license,
She's
though,
gotta
and I don't
live
like
and
it.
learn, brother.
She's 14.
Bro,
She's 14.
You're doing way crazier shit at 14. I can almost put my
But
life
that's a
savings
daughter.
on that.
That's a different.
Just looking at you.
Yeah, that's his point. You were doing way crazier shit at 14, and you were. a
But
dude.
look at how
Can
he
I-
turned out. But look at how he turned out. That's how he was made.
I don't want no girl seeing me at 14. Actually, I was a good kid
That's
at
a
14.
life
I'm a
experience.
good dude.
Yeah, but she's meeting up with this dude, and this is the crazy thing, is she has a job at 14.
How old's
I'm like,
this guy?
So I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Great way for you to learn how to make money. But then there's a boy.
Incentive.
God,
She needs
dang it.
incentive.
How old's this guy?
How am I supposed to fish with that in the
How
back
old's
of my
this
head?
motherfucker?
I don't know.
But you
It's
know
gotta
how
be 15,
you know how
16.
smart she is, though. At the end
He
of the
can
day,
drive. He can drive.
He takes the 4-wheeler down to work, typically.
drive.
Trying to save that gas money, you know? Because he knows if he ride that whip up my driveway, he ain't going to leave.
Stop, dude. I saw you.
Hey, I feel like being that she's 14, like that means that you need to be like you should be in on the interview process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she said I can't create like a interview or any kind of application it's inappropriate and unacceptable in her terms.
As far as
Like interviewing her, having boyfriends
I said
apply.
a lot of shit at 14 too, but I didn't get to make
Boyfriends
the rules. I
apply?
was 14.
In my house, they do.
what?
I'm kidding, JP.
Oh my god. Dude.
I don't know. Ask Noah Schultz. Maybe I could learn a lot more from Noah than is let on. Like, hey man,
Let her make mistakes.
he just had a kid
Let
that
her
got
make
married.
mistakes.
Like maybe I could learn something from him. Who else has kids that are old enough like that? In the any of
He's
our
older than you.
team trails though. Who else has kids
A lot of people, dude. Most people.
that are old enough to drive
Oh, like
or get married?
typically they're that old.
The kids,
What?
like the team trail or Champions Tour anglers, do they have kids old enough to marry or
Oh, the older people.
like Paul Newman? But he's not an angler.
Just give me a minute.
Think about it.
I was
Like
gonna
how many
say
anglers
Severson,
have
but
kids?
There's no way. he
How
has
many
kids.
anglers have kids in Minnesota? Like this on the trails that we fish. Joel Willard? No.
No.
Sam Sobey? No. Barton Hayden? No.
Dagus.
No. I see what you're saying.
Shuda?
Shoot up. No kids.
No. Keith Tuma?
No.
I don't know.
She's going to be
kids.
18 this year.
Well,
So there's one.
she doesn't have
Kids.
kids.
Andy
though.
Walls?
She doesn't.
No, but Andy Walls has a girl.
Yeah.
She's 15.
Nipper.
Nipper.
I just fished
Nipper
with
has a
Nipper last
Nipper's
weekend.
dad.
He's got a kid.
So we got like 4.
But I
Dude,
don't know why that
I give so much respect to kids or to bros. who do that.
fisherman
But
father.
what I'm trying to
Dude.
say is there's no one I can bounce
know how many
ideas off. Who do I talk to for
Keel, we're
advice?
sitting here just
Talk to me, man.
dude. You got
I'm right here. I'm right here, man.
how many kids? How many horses do you got to deal with, and a wife, dude? And then
just-
this clown.
Yeah, dude.
I
How
just
do
need
you-
to ask him. I just need to ask Teal.
I'm right here.
I don't know.
Dude, that's wild.
There's no one to talk to about it. No one gets it. You'll get it someday. I can't wait till you have a 14-year-old daughter, JP. Thank you.
I gotta take another piss. You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
None of them like fishing.
Huh?
None of them really truly like fishing,
Your
which is
kids?
totally fine. Yeah. I wish
Even
Grayson liked
Grayson?
fishing more. He likes it, but he just wants to go out and like piss stomp on some bluegills and then 30 minutes later call it good. I can remember at his age, all I wanted to do was like, please take me out for like 2 hours, please. Like I'll stay out all day. I won't complain. I
never leave.
promise.
I never left.
And I didn't like go fishing and wail on him before that. I just wanted to be out there.
Dude, I would go all day. I would be like pissed if we would have to go in for lunch break, like on our
Right?
camping trips. I would be like,
But see,
"Can
like
we pack a lunch?"
I mean, we just had that though, right? Like you can't push that on anybody. It has to be super natural. Like you have to be so fixated on it.
It is a fixation.
It's like an obsession.
And I was thinking about this the other day. This is a weird one. Like, okay, you know how like we have souls.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we
Okay, so like when you die and you go to the pearly gates and they bring you to the light, and then you come back and your memory is erased and you're reincarnated, maybe, right?
Okay.
Maybe that's a thing. Okay.
Like Cole's over there, like that's not how it works.
In a past, well, no one fucking knows. So if you want to say you fucking know, be my guest. You're God then.
that's true.
Okay? Yeah. If somebody wants to come here and play God, that's fine. But I'm not saying I know for a fact. But like, let's say we were. And we were in a past life.
That's a good piss break.
See, we lost him.
We lost JP.
We lost him. But you were in a past life.
Okay.
Obviously, there's something that draws you to a certain thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we're naturally like drawn hardcore to like fishing.
For sure.
So it's like maybe we were in a different galaxy in a past life or like a different, era of time, And it's like I always wonder what the fuck I was.
I could get down with that.
What the fuck I've been
All right. I can accept
in
that.
a past life if I was in one.
I'm not saying I know the answers or that I was, but I was
say-
drawn to fishing at a young age.
I say
Just
that-
so were you. And that's unique.
This topic of conversation would be a super in-depth 2-hour-long conversation we could have if we could do it while tattooing you on a podcast. And then super, like, dive in deep.
But you don't really want to get into that right now.
Well, that could be a 4-hour-long conversation about.
I wasn't really trying to get into like 4 hours of it. I was just trying to be like, yo,
You've
I
made up
wonder
some
what-
pretty good.
I wonder what I've.
You've made up some
wonder
really.
what I've been, man.
No, the points you've made. One time we were coming back from a wedding or something. We were in my mom's living room at one point. We were talking about hell, like eternal.
Oh yeah.
Condemn, like
Weird stuff.
oh, you went in deep, like so a state of consciousness of regret and like being stuck there and the feeling of just not being able to
Loop.
yeah.
The loop.
And my mom, who is like diehard Lutheran Christian, was just totally into your idea.
It's not a negative or positive idea. It's a matter of like looking at things from a different perspective that I think a lot of people are. I don't know. I think a lot of people think that it has to be spelled out a certain way, and I think it's okay to not know.
For sure.
Like I think that's the beauty, is like it's okay to say I don't know. Like
Yeah.
go ask a father, or
For
and
sure.
they will probably not say the words I don't know, and that's what frustrated me about it, But anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Is there
Oh,
anything
boy.
else you're frustrated about
Get it off your chest.
right now?
Yeah, I am.
I
As a matter of fact, I
the
do.
treble hooks were in the package when I caught that fish on that top water, and I didn't have to sharpen them. It didn't have to
That's
sharpen.
not what I was going with. That's not where I was going with it.
The popper on the Big Sandy, he was buttoned for like
not
2
where I was
minutes, and
going
he
with
spit it out by the boat. That's not my fault.
That's long over that.
He brings it up every year. Change your
I'm
hooks.
not
Dan.
bringing it up tonight. You brought it up.
I love
Change
it.
your
Not bringing it up tonight. You brought it up, okay?
Oh, shit.
I did
No,
it.
but here's what I am
did it.
frustrated about is smallmouth that don't bite
Fuck smallmouth.
Oh, I'm the
lately. No, this fall, like I can see them down there. Pile of them everywhere.
You got him to bite all fucking fall. What are you crying about?
Dude, I got like 2 or 3 to bite the other day, and do you know how many we
It
looked
is
at?
almost Christmas.
100 of them.
It is almost. You're looking at walleye.
The fuck I am.
You're
I'm
looking at walleye.
Yeah, but walleye
I'm
are
not.
dumber than small.
Walleye would bite.
Can I challenge you to something?
Anything.
I mean,
Right now.
Let's go.
I feel
It's
like you're
cold and
so fixed on a blade bait and certain baits. Like, what
That's
if
all I
you just
throw.
vertical jig?
Tried it.
A what?
To me, eat them.
A smeltonator.
They didn't do the smelt nader. They
could.
didn't.
But what if you were doing like little rip and wraps? Like
I think
little,
a little buggy deal. is
No,
the
dude,
deal.
use a
The Mars deal.
What's
use a jig and wrap, bro. Like use what people use through the ice for these fish and vertical jig them, just like your ice fishing.
we
but
don't?
you're in a
I've
boat.
never caught a smallmouth through the ice on a rip and wrap
Or jig and wrap.
Really?
or jig wrap.
You should try it
Well, when have you done that?
on Big Sand up in Northholm area.
I don't buy it. Picture or it did not happen.
I don't have my phone at the table. We're in a podcast.
Well,
It's on Facebook. They got the bait's in the fucking mouth. It's a pink UV rip and wrap. And the jig and wrap would
what?
be
Oh,
awesome.
Wisconsin. What is it?
No,
Crib? Crib?
No,
you
not
you
Wisconsin.
plucking
I
it,
told you,
Hayden out of
Sand
a
Lake.
crib there, bud?
Sand Lake, north of Winnebagosh.
Winnebagoshish.
Yeah.
Lake Winnebagoshish.
Yeah, it's actually a phenomenal lake. We should totally go up there
Lake
next year.
Winnebagoshish.
And know what else would be really cool is that fucking flapping bait. What is that thing that people use through the
Yeah, I
ice?
know what you're talking
Use
about.
that. I mean, why can't we go down there and click, 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 clack them with ice rods over the side, like just like we would through the ice?
When we went,
Click clack.
no, I know
what
what
are
he's
they
talking
called?
about.
What are those things called?
V
Flyers?
Max.
A
It's a
flyer?
V.
Hyperglide?
Hyperglide. Yep.
Yeah.
When we caught smallmouth through the ice, it was on micro.
Yeah, microplastics.
Micro.
panfish.
You use this when
Fish
you
sticks.
open water fish for them?
No, that's why we should.
But
Oh.
So when
time
you
out.
go to
Drop
grab
shot
those things
them,
tomorrow,
no, in
No,
winter they're like
just to eat
immobile.
them.
They're sitting there. They're
they
sitting
want 'em
there.
on that little tungsten
They do
jig.
not move
They
that
want them on
far.
that little
So
tungsten
let me
jig.
ask you this. Why do you think the fishing out there right now is any different than, like, if there was 6 inches of ice?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Weeks and weeks and weeks of them like
Mijo
finding
Maki.
their little mud spot rock. I think
know where that is. It's right. There's a rock to mud transition right where we were, bro. I caught the bass right on it.
no. I'm just saying. To Dane's point, like
I know where they at.
why don't they
They
bite?
don't
Like they're not right on the rock spot, like
For sure.
where you
Right.
think they're
They're
right
next
on.
to the rock
They're
spot.
right next to it
Yeah.
on the mud.
So vertical jig them like
yeah,
you would.
but it's not like some of them are aggressive, and aggressive in the winter is
Meaning none of them.
a lot different than aggressive in the summer.
Totally.
I'd say. Would you not say?
Yes.
You were blind balling it with no Vexlar,
no
no
Vexy. I caught.
He was whacking them. No live, no nothing.
I
Everyone
was
knows
straight
out there.
barebacking it. Straight
Yeah,
desert
bareback.
Indian and that shit, dude.
What were you guys using?
Dude, I was using Cherokee Indian and pink plastic and about a like 1/8 ounce tungsten little jig, little panfish jig.
What were you doing out there with like a
I just dropped to the bottom.
6 foot medium light with your 2500 Shimano?
No,
like,
Vocelka.
like, everybody else had their scopes and their Vexlars, and I was just like, give me that little barebacked it, dude.
He caught more
Dropped it.
majority. Oh,
I caught as much as anybody else, I think. Besides Hayden, I feel like caught the most, maybe. But drop to the bottom. It's tungsten. You feel it when it hits the bottom. Reel it up a little bit
I mean, we're in 9 feet of water, so
and shake it a bunch, and then just hold it. Dunk. Got him. I don't know.
And you've done this in the boat.
No,
No, this
I
is
didn't do
ice.
this in the boat.
I know, but yes,
In
that's
the-
what.
we did this through the ice last February,
this is what you
January,
should
or
be
whenever it
doing
was
now.
legal.
but no, hold on. To your point, like
So you need to grab that shit tonight.
we
if
used
we're
to
going tomorrow.
Do
I
it.
know that, but like on lake, let's say our lake 4 years ago. You know what lake I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You could drop down a blade bait or a tube or a fucking smelting whatever,
In December.
and you could catch a 2.5, 3 pounder. If there's one down there, you could do that.
if it was open water, but we just never were out this late.
I think we were. Maybe not this late, but
no,
like
not
this-
December.
It
Late
doesn't
November.
matter. It doesn't matter what time of year
We
it is.
catch
but,
6
like,
pounders on blade baits in
But,
like
dude,
late November.
We would be out there, and our line would
Like
be
end of
freezing.
November. End of November.
Yeah, and I just think maybe there's a bit more of a photo period or a length of time the water has been cold that changes their attitude from like the fall bite. Now it's like
It's not really that.
I'll
It's
say
the-
this.
It's not really that. It's the pressure of the angler, dude.
for sure.
Like 100% with live, especially nowadays.
I think it's gotten tougher in the fall, but like the lake was 39 when we were there. The other weekend, water temps were 39 on my Lowrance,
38.
38.1. They were 37 last time, and it felt like it was like
No go.
I don't know, it's god awful. So
You're really selling it.
I
for
do
tomorrow.
feel like
Yeah, right.
I feel like we need to go walleye banging, and it rained all day.
When have
So-
you ever wanted to go walleye fishing? I've never heard that out of you.
He just wants to catch a fish,
I
man.
want
know.
to catch one
Just
on
go to
December.
Monticello.
I want to catch a lake bass in December, like this late, like Christmas, like fucking.
You
late.
caught one wasn't it last weekend with Nip?
You were there,
Yeah, you guys caught him. I didn't catch anything.
Trevor. You
I-
were there.
I've smokes, dude. I haven't caught a smallmouth in 2 months. I got some beef with smallmouth right now.
That's
I
why we
just
need
think,
to go tomorrow.
why don't we just drive to somewhere that's good? Like, why don't we just go down to
Hayden was whacking them today. He was sending
yeah,
me
for
snaps.
a day.
for a weekend?
Oh yeah.
What's the
well,
difference?
we can't do that
Like,
tomorrow then.
I know, but, like we go up to Red
What about
Lake
tomorrow?
for 2-3 days. Why can't we just?
Did you say
go to-
red?
go to, like, the
Did you
river
say
tomorrow?
red lake?
You will never go back there again. But I'm saying, as ice fishermen,
Oh.
we would go up there. Why don't we
I
just
thought-
go
Tell
south?
That story.
No, I don't. But I thought you were we were talking about open water. I'm like, are you? I didn't know what you were talking.
I'm referring to we can go somewhere and drive 5-6 hours in a direction for a weekend of ice fishing. Why don't we just go like to Iowa?
Let's go catfishing on the chain. Relax.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
we
a
could
bu-
go to Bogie.
Could you imagine if we could put the ice house on the cat hole? But it's a little sketch.
You got a double hub,
It
don't
just
you?
rained 2 inches.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
we could.
Yeah, nothing.
TV?
I got another hub. We got another.
Oh, make a pizza, shower. I don't know. What do you?
We're 2 miles from my house and Austin's house.
Yeah, but we could be fishing the whole time.
Oh, shut up.
Let's go to Ozarks.
I have
Texas.
connections on
Texas.
Table Rock.
I have
Texas.
connections in the
Texas.
Ozarks.
Okay, time out. This is what I'm thinking about.
Texas.
Seabiscuit.
God bless
Next barrel racing event down there in.
Do you trailer your big outboard? Then you need the MyWedge motor support. MyWedge keeps even the heaviest motors safe and secure on the trailer. And talk about easy. Up with the motor, on with the MyWedge, back down, ready to roll. And MyWedge is built to last. It won't rot, it won't split, it won't fail. Guaranteed. Pop on MyWedge centering clips for lateral stability and you're good to go. MyWedge, security in a snap. To order yours, go to mywedge.com.
Texas.
Texas.
Did she do the racing in Texas?
Oh
Yeah.
shit, yeah. She brings the
When-
horses. We bring
Yep.
the fucking
Oh,
pile.
Let's go. Going to Texas.
Yeah, dude.
Except for I'm
God
going down.
bless Texas.
Mark Raveling's got a place on there. We should
Yeah.
just go fish with him.
Yeah, down in cartel country.
That's great. I shout out
Raven.
Mark Raven. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's a absolute legend. But you have a traveling pod, tattoo, Teal and JP living studio,
Gypsy.
gypsy pod.
Up here, Gypsy. It's a Gypsy trailer.
Well, it certainly can become that.
Teal can
Hell
slang
yeah.
some ads out of there. I can edit some shit.
And I
You
can tattoo.
Cole can whip up a pod.
Dude, I'll have a tramp
mean,
stamp before
Danny
2024.
can-
Sounds like a hell of a
2025,
week.
Mark my words,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
But see, we could do that all up here too. Like, I mean,
We can.
Yeah.
in the summer,
could.
we're going to.
I'm talking now in December in
No, we're going to the
in
classic.
winter. Remember when we
We're
went
going
to
to the
Florida?
classic in
How
March.
ballsy was that, dude? That
I'm
was a
going
great
back.
trip.
I'm going back.
Oh,
I've been
thanks
down there
for the
4
invite.
times.
Thanks for the invite.
Bringing my wife.
Thanks
Just me and her.
for the invite.
Oh,
Me and my wife.
are
Yeah.
going to Florida.
You gonna post some pictures?
Of
You and your wife, huh? Your
No,
trip?
but I guarantee
I
you
don't take
the
pictures of that.
I saw your wine.
the
fucking
toll
trip.
patrol will be taking pictures of his license plate when he doesn't pay his toll around the Florida Turnpike.
Yep. Every
In
year.
Florida.
Every year.
Every
they get me.
time.
They
If
get
you
me.
drive in Florida, you wouldn't know because I drove.
It's like,
But
God damn it, PJ! You gotta pay the toll. You can't drive through it.
Me?
no,
24
dude,
bucks. 20 PJ, not JP.
Oh,
I feel like
PJ
I
was
still
driving
have a
my
ticket
truck.
in Florida.
half these clowns
You
call me
should pay
PJ.
that.
I don't even I don't even know where it is.
I should probably take. Never mind.
You probably have a warrant out for your arrest in Florida. For
We're
not
gonna
paying
be
tolls.
down there. We're gonna make nationals again. And we're gonna go down there and be like, excuse me, Mr. Teal, you're disqualified.
Wait, dude. Wait. Time out. Let me just
That's
get this
totally
straight.
what it's gonna be too.
You haven't
Look
paid.
at that smile.
You haven't paid your tickets
In
from your
years.
tolls.
No, Florida ones I did.
Hey JP.
Pretty sure.
There's
It's
plenty of states from Florida.
Yeah, I know. Illinois.
Those you pay
Tennessee.
as you go. Florida is different. You don't stop to pay in Florida.
Did you get whacked? Like,
You
get shit in the mail.
Can stop to pay.
Where?
They have turnoffs and they have the 3 or 4 lanes on the side. And if you have a pass, you can just pass it. But if you don't have a pass, they take a picture of your license plate and bill you.
I thought
But you
we
have to
skipped it.
turn off.
I
Yeah.
thought we used
It's because you guys are not paying attention, just driving through the shit, going derp derp der. Yeah, where are you guys? Well, we
We're
paid our
following
tolls.
your ass.
I
Pretty
wasn't
sure, yeah.
driving. That's why I had to pay the ticket.
Oh.
Oh.
Perks of following him, right?
Hey, Dumb and Dumber.
I probably
or Liar
drove
Liar.
a little bit, so I probably have.
Liar.
Yeah, remember when he's like, I have unpaid parking tickets, and he hits it, and it's just a glove box full of unpaid parking tickets. That's you in Florida.
It was me.
That was the best.
I swear to
trip.
God, we're gonna have the best team trail, and then we're gonna have the best time down there at Nationals, and we're gonna get DQ'd because he didn't pay his tickets.
I want to know the number I called and figure out if I do have unpaid.
Just Google it.
No,
Pay
tickets.
Florida tickets,
you're
and all of a
fine.
sudden, doomp, it'll pop up.
Really?
Enter license plate number. Doomp. Teal, you have 10 outstanding unpaid
You're fine.
tolls,
You're fine.
totaling hundreds of dollars.
I feel like in Florida, like that's nothing because I haven't killed anyone yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Or
like in Florida, they're like, there's enough killers like that. The heat's off me. You know what I mean? Like the heat's on them. The heat's on like
Dude,
the
Florida's
guy who killed his fucking wife
Oh.
Thank
and
you.
sister.
No, I'm talking about this.
Yeah,
place
the
we
guy
stayed.
who killed his wife of the place we stayed at.
We're fine.
I was the only one
We
there.
stayed at a murderer's house.
Yeah.
That time.
Yep.
And you think I was worried about tolls?
Obviously not.
We rented from a murderer.
The only reason
That happened, dude.
why
That really happened.
we were all at peace is because I was packing. That's it.
Thank God.
Teal, you ran like I remember that
Yeah.
at the dinner table.
Sit down. I got it.
Yeah, dude, he loaded up his pistol, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Where did you pull that out of, Dane?
Oh shit!
So, you know, put the mattresses up against the windows.
Damn.
Fucking went, just like training.
Damn ditches.
Why don't you guys ever come over and shoot at my place? Like,
Why don't you come over to my house? Dan?
what? Yeah.
Because where the fuck am I gonna shoot?
We
an
were
AR in
just
your
over.
house?
We
You're
shoot
just at
ARs
your
at my.
house.
I've got 6 gophers
We're
with
just
an AR.
fucking at your
what
house.
are you talking about?
You have an AR?
No, but my boys do.
No, he's got a 22. He's been. Do you have 22?
I got 7 squirrels.
Yeah, dude.
7
You guys-
squirrels and 6
His
gophers.
kill counts
dude.
at 7.
You guys should just come over and shoot the
Fox
handguns.
squirrels.
Shoot the shotguns. Shoot ski.
I gotta let
Dude,
you.
does
I
that
gotta
not
let you shoot my weapon?
Yeah,
that
dude.
Keltec.
You've never shot it.
Yes, he has
The
it at my
fuck
house.
I haven't.
Dude,
Where
at
do
my
you
house.
shoot it?
I've shot it at his house, and Cole and I took it out to the range
you
in
really?
Paynesville, and
Dude.
I got a red dot sight for that motherfucker, dude.
It's it.
I can't miss. Dane.
Watch out, everybody. Aaron Teal's a stone cold killer.
Does that not scare
From
the
50 feet or
horses?
less, you're fucked.
That's fucking terrifying. No, the horses love it.
The guns?
Oh yeah.
What?
Speaking of the
Yeah,
mic,
they
Dane.
love it. I backed up because I had to,
Say it to my face.
I feel inappropriate doing that in the mic.
Yeah.
the COVID.
Oh, let's get political again here, shall we?
The
How
sniffle.
about we all mask up? Jesus
I
Christ.
think I wore a mask like 6 times.
The only time I wear a mask is on fucking Halloween.
Oh.
I remember on the plane when we had to wear masks on the plane.
Dude,
I told them
were you
ladies
in,
on the...
Were you in Arizona when we got kicked out of the wild game?
What?
No.
You got kicked out of a wild game for not wearing a mask in Arizona?
Yeah, it was like me, Jut, Seth, all those fucking clowns.
Jut was not wearing a mask.
I mean, he was with the crew, so.
Oh, no.
I remember on the plane, I would,
Hold the beer up to your mouth the
I
entire
would
time.
take my mask and put it, down and sleep. Because, I felt like they weren't going to wake me up for it, Or, I couldn't hear them when they told me to put it back on.
That happened to my sister and I, too, when we were on our flight.
But
to
then they
Arizona.
woke me up, and I was like,
They kept waking me up, like, put your mask on, sir.
fine.
That was wild.
You know what I did? You know what I did? I just, every time they came by, I just started eating peanuts.
Everybody who said that we were a bitch for, not breathing as good under those masks. Tell me who could breathe as good under those motherfuckers.
Could you breathe as good?
You asking me? No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Could you?
I never wore one. Sorry.
But when you did.
I didn't.
Ever.
No.
Not
I got
once.
Got kicked out of the hospital twice. I made it into... I actually got kicked out of Menards.
Shit happens, bro.
Dude, I said, just fuck off.
Shit happens, bro.
I don't... This isn't real life.
It is.
You got kicked out of Menards, bro?
I had a $2,500 cart full of shit, and they said,
fuck your cart.
you ain't not coming through this line unless you put a mask on. And I said, you can put my stuff away. And I walked out.
Oh, dude, you should have tipped it over and.
It was too
gave
heavy.
him a middle
It
finger.
was too heavy.
Just kicked it or something.
I was like, okay, really? Because every one of
Fucking
your sales
clowns.
associates that I talked to today doesn't have one on. And they
Fuck
didn't tell me
you.
I needed one
Fuck
on.
you. Fuck you.
You're
fuck
cool.
You. You're cool. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Listen, you can
I'm
totally wear one. Comes back to the whole topic before. You can wear one, and I'm not going to tell you have to take it off. Don't tell me what to do. You can believe what you want. Just don't tell me.
Well, are you boosted?
Fuck no.
Jesus Bass Galaxy brought to you by Pfizer.
Oh, shit. How much did they pay him to say that on this podcast, Cole? Oh, damn. I'm canceled. Get me out
When
of
you're
here.
done, we powder our asses with baby powder from Johnson & Johnson.
Ooh. We do not use them.
It keeps the round rubber in your frogs. Extra lucid, extra lively.
Where do you post this podcast? Is it on all platforms? Because I don't want you to.
No, we post it on the LubeTube.
If anything, he's going to get more listeners.
LubeTube,
What's the
Ratify,
word?
Ratify,
Demoted.
Yeah, fucking.
Or
Apple Podcasts.
fuck them all.
what are they? What is that called? What is that called?
Rumble,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Rumble
Where they
in the
like
jungle.
These
Rumble,
they like
monetize,
take
but
ya-
you don't monetize.
they like
your
take
shit.
you down and block your shit.
cancel culture.
Straight up canceled.
Are you
No, we're
referring-
over that, boys.
Are you referring to the big
Bud Light
dollar
is back.
censorship? That's why we stay just small enough in the Bass Galaxy to fly under the radar of the CIA, FBI, and other NSA cancel culture agents.
I wouldn't say that Waypoint Angler is a very small part of the podcast. You know, like they make us pretty big. Make
Yeah,
you very big. I would
But
say.
they're not secret intel. They have their own relationship with the aliens. It's different than like CIA or FBI. Like
I
they're in
heard-
their own in their own deal, and like we're in with them.
I heard-
so like it's not the same thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I heard Gaff Round's a Russian spy.
Okay, Hillary Clinton. Jesus, fucking. I'll defend that motherfucker. Okay.
Well,
Shut up, Hillary Clinton. He's a real.
I don't care what they're doing over
What do you
there.
want?
Whatever they're doing is right.
Just
I
because
will
they
go-
have contact with
beer.
the planet of Naboo does not mean you should ever censor that tackle shop, dude. This guy's got it figured out.
100%.
And they've been doing a good job with your rods. They've got
For
like
sure.
awesome stuff. Like, talk about that. Like, there's
Bro, this
not
is what's
a
up.
sweet shop by your like. There hasn't been a sweet shop on Tonka in forever.
The one thing I love about
Ever.
it is I can send people from the tattoo studio over there that just are weekend anglers, and they come back to the tattoo studio and tell me how great of an experience they've had.
Yeah.
I got this, I got this, I got this, and they took care of me, and it was awesome. I will forever be a loyal customer just based on that. Sold.
You spend 10 minutes
Sold.
with Jay Carlson. It's like you can't have bad experience
Not-
with Ross. Them guys, dude.
It's been really cool.
Yep.
It's been really cool because I can send people that want to come in and support me. And I already have stuff that's done over there. So go over there and then they say how they were helped out with the reel and the line and the lures and this and that. I don't know, man. It's just more than your, like, it's more than your EDM selection. It's more than just your, like, high-end tackle. It's more than that.
Dude,
It's
I
an
love
experience.
They got
It's an
the
experience.
sneaky shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
It is, but I'm not that super high tech
No,
tackle
you're not.
guru. But I love going there because
I
it's
watched
real.
you go. I watched you go Japanese there one time,
Stop it.
dude. It's like
It's
I go in
super
there and I
juicy.
like. Well, it's like that little
Nugget.
as fishermen, we like to fine tune something, right? We've got a little deal figured out on this one lake at this one time of year where the fish kind of do this kind of deal. And we're like, God, if I could just have something that did this just right.
It just looks
That's
little.
what that shop is like perfect for.
You can fine tune. You can fine tune.
Yep. If you're a great angler, like it's got that stuff you can fine tune. If you're an angler just like who wants to have fun out on the water, they have like some just fun ass lures to throw that absolutely get bit, dude.
And multi-species.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so glad that you met them and that all worked out.
Dude, they're great dudes, and like honestly, I'm passionate about that because I remember going down south and seeing
all the stuff,
all
we
these
couldn't
awesome tackle
get.
shops, and I'm like, why the hell isn't there anything like this in Minnesota? And
Juice. Juice.
Yeah, dude.
So I've been trying to get them to do some mobile shop stuff.
What do you mean? They already deliver it to any landing on Tonka?
Yeah,
or
but could
like,
you
almost
imagine?
they're
Could you
working on a
imagine?
drone, from
No,
what I
dude,
heard.
could you imagine if they
Alien
had a trailer?
technology.
If they had a trailer with like all the juice in the trailer, where you could just when you get off at the end of the night, they had a trailer where you could just walk into it. And
It's
just,
all online now, though, like kind of thing for the most part,
But
unless
I
it was
want
at
it-
the tournament.
But I want it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I want
So
it
you're
now.
saying you want your own waypoint department in your trailer?
Could you imagine?
Oh well, yeah, don't we all?
Yo, bro.
I got one in this garage, kind of all the shit I got from
Pre-tournament
Waypoint.
meeting, you have a 24-foot trailer and all their bait, like good stuff selection is right here. Could you imagine that?
I think they should have
Just
more.
grab some. Just grab some.
If they have events, like
demo days.
I mean that's a stretch, but like Bassmaster Classic viewing or some crazy shit like that, that'll drive people down from my neck of the woods for sure.
Where you could get a group of like-minded anglers
where I can come
in a
see
spot.
I can come see you clowns that I haven't seen in a while, and
But, like-
it's the winter and we can bullshit about
in the juice.
yeah.
And could you imagine then, like, they had kind of a theater set up with TV and everyone can hang out and there's coolers and we made food and did a whole thing? What is this?
Let's see what I got. Low key.
Is this from JP or Jut?
Nope. Jet said they were out. Jet went to Japan, said they were out in Japan.
Wait,
Jut-
Jut went to Japan.
He flew to Japan to buy him.
Yeah, Jet
Sent.
brought me the sauce. But I got that shit imported.
No, JP, did you see what Jut actually
he
bought him
basically-
in Japan? When he came over from Friendsgiving,
liquid shit.
when he came over to Friendsgiving, that was the first
And
thing he
Jut brought me
handed me and
some
said,
Japanese-
"Look what I bought, Teal." And I'm like, "You flew to Japan and you brought this back from Japan,
Jut, you're selfish.
and you didn't buy
Thanks
me
for
any."
Yeah. You buy you shit. Yeah. Of course you
asked
should.
him
Like,
to.
yeah,
Did
Jut.
anyone else ask him to?
That's
mean-
true. No, I'll give you that.
I mean, we've known he's going to Japan for a while.
I didn't know he was there when he was there. I knew he was going, but I didn't know he was going then.
I told him a while ago when he first told me he was going, I was like, I need you to do something for me. Okay? Before you go to Japan, I need you to text me because I have a list for you. I have a list.
Can you believe that Teal was thinking about fishing at that moment?
100%. He was thinking nothing but. Wait, Japan? Like all these
Hold on now. Like,
synapses started firing in his brain. Like,
I love sushi, but I was not thinking about that, bro.
in a way, you were.
I was
no.
not thinking about anime. I was not thinking about sushi. Nothing.
He's thinking about Jut needs to find some sensei in some village that has some secret
I
concoction.
need that some of that young, rare Japanese smelling stuff that you can't get.
What are we gonna do?
Blame it on me.
I didn't
It's
think
not.
about that.
I didn't think about that.
Shit.
Oh, hey. Right, that's a different country.
This is me
Look up
telling
the rules.
the world that
Hey!
I'm using this
No,
stuff.
time out,
fun
time out.
fishing
No, let
only.
me take a timeout.
I don't understand the issue.
Who's the TD?
Taku used it over here.
No.
In a national tournament.
Who's the TD?
TD.
Tournament director.
If Taku can do it over here in a national tournament, I'm doing it.
well,
you're gonna let him
no,
do it, I'll do
don't
it.
don't just do it. And
That's in a bass event. And they're strict. They
I'm
can't
just
even
saying.
throw an A-rig in those, dude.
I'm just saying, don't just slap your balls on the table. You
I
gotta
won't
go.
even have,
Yeah, I mean, Chapman couldn't use a
can't
fucking
even reach the table with my
snorkel.
balls,
Yeah,
dude.
Chapman had to use a snorkel. so
and
maybe-
he's still battling that whole argument. So what?
No, he's
who's-
not.
I'm.
That's fair and
That's a
square.
joke. Okay, but like, you gotta.
Yeah, I know.
That's the stuff Jeff brought me.
That's the juicy juice of the juiciest.
The juice is juice of the juiciest juice, yeah. Und ja.
Wait.
Go,
Drink or smear enough ice, have a little bar fighter dosen.
Yeah.
Get yourself some of that.
Some liquid bass.
Oh, yeah, get you, yeah.
Some liquid bass. Yeah.
Oh man, you know, and that's what keeps our day on the boat alive. Is all of a sudden he'll say some random shit like that,
Trust me.
and I forget that we're even fishing. He just starts talking like a German out of nowhere,
Oh yeah. See.
and it's so funny.
I can put that back.
Extra schnitzel, please.
Oh yeah,
Ein, zwei, drei, wir uns.
What's one more?
dude, it's seriously, it's the best. You know what the best day is actually? The moment you leave work and you hop in your truck and you're driving your boat and you know you're about to be gone for 5 days, 4 of which are pre-fishing and one's a tournament day, and you know that the whole time I just get to listen to Teal's German accent.
What's ja?
Ach ja. Ach ja, Mr. Vocelka. Get sie net. Get sie net.
What a year.
I think we should do the last portion of this podcast
Yeah.
in ladies' man format.
Oh jeez.
For the ladies and gentlemen back home who wasn't aware of who the ladies' man impression really means, I'd like to tell you that Mr. Vocelka is here to tell you as well what this really means.
What it comes down to, baby, is a glass of Cavassier. As a savant myself of the ladies, I just like to say a couple of things. Those sweet, fine female brown bass, just don't interrupt.
Please don't interrupt this fine message from Mr. Vocelka.
I'm sorry.
You just gotta remember one thing, baby. At the end of the night, you need to caress your fine lover. You need to hold her hand. You need to be by the bonfire. You need to whisper her sweet nothings into her ear. And do it in the butt.
Jesus Christ.
This is Aaron Teal
I was
saying, I don't
not
know about
expecting
that
that.
butt stuff,
And
but
the
I'll tell you this much. If you live in Minnesota right now, you better have 2 spinning reels with 2 Vocelka Fishing Customs paired up with them. You get yourself some fine ass 10-pound to 12-pound.
All right.
Motherfucking
You have never
line.
seen the ladies' man,
Then you
have
get some. Hold on, I'm not
Have
finished.
you?
I fish with this
I'm not
clown all the
finished.
time. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying.
Then
have
you tie
actually-
that Mr. Alberto
Look at this
or
clown.
Have you actually
knot to
seen it?
whatever fluorocarbon that you desire.
the movie.
Then you tie your Minnesota special, whatever the fuck it is, to that thing. As long as it's a Vocelka rod, you need 2 spinning poles in Minnesota, and you need 2 bait casters, and you need 4 Vocelkas.
What a clown.
So this year,
Yeah.
what are you guys going to try and learn and get better at? Looking at the schedule that you guys got coming up, whether that's personal as far as classic bass or together as a team trail, whoop-de-doo.
We actually had a pretty serious conversation about this the other week. We looked at each other and we said, no matter what happens, we are not going to take life too seriously, because life is too short to be taking it too seriously and working too hard, except Dane works really hard. But you know what I'm saying. And we had a serious conversation about that the other week.
What he meant to say is we're going to work on a bit more crankbait fishing this year.
Not live?
We literally never talked about
Not
that.
Yeah, we
Uh,
did. We did
needed
today.
We needed to focus on live.
We
Aaron,
literally did before this podcast.
Aaron, you need to go out and focus on live and learn that shit.
What do you
Yeah.
think I've been doing the last 4 months?
We got a live one. Target acquired.
No, man, I think looking at the schedule, I think there's so many fun things that can be had with a bunch of hard plastics.
Yeah,
Bunch of
looking at the
balsa.
schedule for this season, it really looks really heavy, leaning on the forward-facing sonar. I think the live scopers are really going to have a nice advantage this year. And they talked to the Anglers Council about banning that shit, and we said fuck no. We said we gonna live scope with them boys, even though they might be better than us. We gonna try.
Should we have
gonna
the-
do our
should we
thing.
have the
We gonna go
discussion?
live scope with them boys.
What's your thoughts on it? I'm curious. We don't need to fucking drag this on for hours.
I like it.
I just want a
I
quick.
like it.
Let's
I like it
just.
now.
You got a minute to say, yay or nay on
Yay.
the old fucking
Yeah, go for it.
for long term.
Yeah, you shouldn't have 20 units on your boat, but
Okay.
So that's your take. Like you get
This-
one live. You get
This
one.
brings up a good point
Sure.
about the live
Sure.
that I wanted to bring up with you, Dane.
yeah.
He did something this year on Leech. All right. You watched the Slapper one when I talked to Slapper about the. There was also a guy who fished Champlain who did a thing
Yep.
with the thing.
Yep.
Who?
Yep.
That's a thing, dude.
Yep.
You figured that thing out.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. He calls me one afternoon. Yeah. Like,
I was like, "Hey, bud, I think I got something. You should try this." And he's
you,
like,
you called this call on
yeah, he called me, right? Weird.
and you
during
answered.
practice.
Yeah, of course.
Never on the first
I'm
time. Never on the.
I'm
No, he
kidding.
called me
I'm
back.
kidding.
He called me
I
back.
had called him back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was it's cool as shit.
I'll tell you what.
And
there's
That's
something
the
I
best
know.
I didn't put it all together till later in the year. Like a month ago.
So he told you, and then you were like, oh,
I couldn't
shit.
do the same thing. I couldn't do what
No,
he
but
was doing.
Pat Slapper knows a couple of people that are doing something very similar.
And it's
But
and
it's
it's
not-
electronics.
There's people who are doing if you have more money for your setup,
yeah.
you're taking it 3 steps further than what he figured out. But if
Yeah.
you have the right setup, he was doing something that
Hasn't been done.
not that I've seen. Besides
Not like
Elite
that.
Series guys.
I don't buy it.
Not
Shit.
like that.
So you're not gonna give us any
I think we should let it out the bed.
like 360. I know you got a 360.
I
in
think
your
we should
boat,
let
and
it
I
out
talk
the
shit about 360 all the time.
Okay. Okay.
For you
I'm
as an
down.
angler,
I'm down.
because it does take a special system
Sure.
to
Not
do it.
Everyone
I'll let it out.
can do it.
I'll let it out. This is how I did it.
This is crazy. Just
So
so you know.
with a lot of lakes and even on Minnetonka, I've been doing this. And on Leech, by using my Lowrance Ghost and Active Target and my HDS lives that are all communicating to my lives at the council, I can deploy my Ghost with Active Target, and I can sync my Active Target from my council unit to my bow unit. And I have a remote for the Ghost, like most people do for their Minnetonka. But as I'm going down a brake line or going
Can I
down
take
an
a timeout?
Go ahead.
No.
Yeah. He needs to calibrate your fucking Ghost. The last time I was out,
I did. I went on.
Jesus
This is juice.
Christ.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This is juice. Let him carry
It
on.
needed to be calibrated.
Jesus Christ.
But see, I'm not using the trolling motor when I'm up there. I'm in my driver's seat and I'm idling down, let's say, 20 feet. I'm following a 20-foot contour.
Idling, like your side imaging.
Yeah, with the big motor. With my trolling motor in the water and my
Trolling
active
motor's
target
in the
on.
water.
But see, with my remote, I can direct my active target left and right while I'm sitting in my driver's seat. So as I'm sitting there reading and then taking in all the information on my side imaging left and right, I have my active target dialed in to a similar range. And as I see rocks or sand to mud or mud to sand and gravel, I'm picking up activity where bait or individual fish are isolating themselves more frequently, and I'm trying to transition that information to my side imaging as best I can. But when I place a waypoint, I can go back and pick up wolf packs or 3-4 people, smallmouth.
Imagine
largemouth.
side imaging and live scoping at the same time.
But I'm not using my live pointing left and right from the transom of the boat. I'm using it ahead so I can see them before I side.
This podcast is brought to you by my compadre, my tournament partner, my brother, and the best rod builder above the Mason-Dixon line, Vocelka Fishing and Customs. Specializing in custom fishing rods. That's right, hand-built fishing rods, custom-made and tailored how you want, whether it's by length, action, specific technique, balance, or anything you want. Anything. Vocelka Fishing and Customs can build it. Mr. Vocelka also has a wide variety of rods to choose from, which we've had a lot of fun with, perfecting and testing. The most unique and famous rod developed at Vocelka Fishing and Customs is his custom marabou hair jig rod. Have you thrown the old Canadian dinner mint, the Harry Gary, the fighter fly, the old thin Lizzie? If you have, then you know these little fluff balls can be hard to cast, especially at those key sizes as light as 1/16 of an ounce. Well, what if I told you you could cast that marabou jig 30 to 50% farther than you're casting it now? What if I told you you don't have to spook those shallow, skittish smallmouth? Well, with the custom hair jig rod from Vocelka Fishing and Customs, not only can you cast a lot further, but the way this rod loads up on a long cast is pure perfection. This balanced rod has the perfect backbone with a light action parabolic taper that keeps those fish pinned without breaking your line. Mr. Vocelka utilizes an 8-foot custom fly fishing blank converted to a spinning rod and couples it with premium guides leading up to custom fly guides that allow maximized casting distance and reduced line friction and blank slap, maximizing your overall performance, obviously. And we found this rod is not only perfect for marabou hair jigs, but for any light bait you need to cast far, including small swim baits, spy baits, and more. Any light bait you need to cast far, look no further than the Vocelka Fishing and Customs Hair Jig Special. So head on over to his website, vocelkafishing.com. That's VOCELKA fishing.com. And treat yourself to the custom hair jig rod or any custom rod you can dream up.
Side image it so
You're
I can.
45ing, right?
Yes. Well, it depends. It depends because the
Don't worry about it.
That's not necessarily the angle sometimes, because if it's too far forward, you have a hard time timing the detail as it reads on your side imaging. Mm-hmm. But if I turn it 90 degrees, I can see where grass or rocks are appearing before I side image, and I can see how far they are from the boat. So I can get the boat angle just right to read the information, and I can position where the fish are in relation to the structure above or below, because you ain't really going to see the fish if they're above the content as you read it with the side imaging, because the shadow is casting then over the weeds or over whatever. So you're seeing both water column, you're seeing relation and distance, so you can position your boat better when you're side imaging. And then when I find the best areas, I'll turn around and put myself within 50 feet of that area and really scope it in with the 360 and figure out where those fish are related to with the active target. But
The
that's
big thing from that, though, is that you can live scope from the console while idling and cover way more ground.
But which most people understood when they're like, yeah, he has an active target or he has live scope from the back of the boat. I'm like, obviously you're doing it live while you're skinned. But the key is, if you have the trolling motor in the front deployed when you're idling at 3 miles an hour, now you're getting the juice sooner, and you can almost steer your boat with your trolling motor because that transducer is picking up the boat and kind of turning it a little bit when you do it. So sometimes you have to counter the angle of the actual outboard motor and the trolling motor, but you can, and then all of a sudden, like, if there's nothing, you can pan out left, pan out right with the remote in your hand. I usually wear it around my lanyard, around my neck, you know, and I'll put time in on key areas, or let's say I'm like, okay, I need a 20-minute break. I've been fishing all day. I'm going to go hit this random spot. I just want to see what's going on. Make sure it's a dead zone. Dude, eat lunch. I'm going to deploy the trolling motor, kick it in gear, and I'm being productive while I'm eating. I'm looking.
What do you got? Your console? 1 graph? 2 graphs?
Just one. Yep, just one. HDS 12 live.
It's literally just active targeting from the console, idling.
Yeah.
Once he figured out
I
the
kinda-
deal, he
I-
just
Did
you
that.
could do it way quicker.
See,
Way
I kind of did that in the spawning deal that I found out.
That's a crazy deal.
Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
Yes.
Like, it's a weird deal, but I was same kind of situation.
This
I
is
was
wild.
middle of the summer, and I it was middle of the night. I knew I like if someone saw me doing this during
Practice
practice
hours.
hours, they'd be like, "What the fuck's this clown doing up there doing, or up over here doing this, whatever." And I was on perspective.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a perspective boy. I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
what you should, like,
Shouldn't probably talk about it.
no.
That one I wouldn't.
I almost should.
I would rather you
almost
not
wanna
tell
stop
that
you.
juice.
I just
Don't tell that juice.
I'm not telling juice.
No, you
just-
shouldn't talk about that
just-
one though.
Let him talk.
No,
About what he
We
wants to talk
release too
about.
much juice.
I guess.
Don't release it. Don't tell them.
Well, like you said, driving at the console when your trolling
I'm
motor's
in a
down.
tough spot here.
When your trolling motor's down and you're driving at the console, and you like, let's just say it's the middle of the night. Not too many people are ever gonna do that.
No.
But to me, that was key. Like, I could, okay, I'm looking for a rock, right? Okay, that was a rock. I just saw that rock, or
Yep.
what I'm looking for as far as structure. Go back on your live and visually see a fish on what you're trying to
Yep.
replicate or
Right.
whatever you're fishing,
And mark it.
and mark it and be like, okay, this is gonna be a
All times a year.
yeah.
All times a year.
I mean, I
Super
I
late
mean,
in the year too.
A lot of guys nowadays are using the forward facing stuff to like fish individual fish and giant fish,
Yeah.
and like I totally get it. I'm a slow learner. I have been since the Osseo days. It's just the way it is. But I like to know
Call your
why.
math teacher next.
I like to know why I'm catching them and why they're there. Like, okay, I know they're gonna be there, and
Relating
like,
to this thing.
and this structure and this
Yeah.
is, I don't like.
Why would they leave?
Dang, you know? And then all of a sudden you can do this any time of day.
Yeah,
And guess what? You and me,
all year.
yeah. And we can, but see, at night, I'm not afraid to go out there at 9 o'clock at night and stay out there till 2 in the morning. Because that's the time I have.
We had some crazy nights back in the day.
And sometimes it helps you see better. That's what's wild.
Well, yeah, just like seeing the stars. You can't see them during the day.
That meteor shower the other night, though.
It's called Teal's Vast Galaxy for a reason.
I
bro.
kept calling his ass during this. I was like, dude, go inside.
Yeah, he called me during this meeting.
It was dope. It was so dope.
I saw 2 meteors.
I called
was
you
like, it's
too,
okay.
didn't I?
Oh,
We were
no.
on the phone.
Yeah,
I was
with
like,
Grayson.
dude, go look outside.
We were playing
dude.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I was like, go look outside, dude.
Killing motherfuckers.
Oh man, shoot! I'm sorry, Grayson. He can't be shooting people yet. He's got to wait.
No. We're still playing Hydro Thunder, so.
He's got some fun Christmas presents coming. He'll have his time.
The fuck was that?
I think we could do. Yeah, he's watching the bluegill fall down the ice hole here, and
That's funny. That's what it is.
It's fucking. Well, I will or what?
no.
I was checking our time.
Hey, so can we all go walleye fishing on
No.
the Rainy River or something in the spring?
No.
Depends. Are you in for tomorrow?
Yeah, we got to go get my rods at my house for Alex Wolf.
Fuck. I told you. Fuck Alex Wolf.
Dude, no, Alex Wolf
I know.
has like
I love
30
Alex. He's
rods to sell, and he sold
He's a
like
great dude.
a pile of them already.
He's a great man. So
I'm just
you're-
kidding, Alex.
What are those?
Great.
By the way, what are those tubes from? Why is that tube broken in half?
They were sitting right there, and I put them over there.
I don't know, man.
I mean, do you want those? I need those to ship ice rods.
That's actually why I put them out.
Okay.
It was like, yo.
I just shipped a couple of ice rods up to a guy in Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Old Pelican Lake
I put-
contact.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
But it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Noodle rod.
Miss that lake.
That's where we should be, but it's
Championship.
froze over.
I'll go fish
Walker
it.
Bay's open.
I'll fish if Dane's
Really?
fishing
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Nipper keeps sending me pictures like on the daily of Walker Bay.
Why is
It looks
Nipper on
epic.
Walker Bay?
He's not, but Walker Bay, some place at Walker Bay keeps posting like, "Oh my God, lake's still open."
So
We should go Leech tomorrow.
well, then we got to sub at Hayden's because he has like 13.
That's way out of the way from Leech. Like,
No, but he could come out to us.
I told you to hit up Austin.
I did, and he didn't have room. Austin, bring me. I don't have room. I got
They
too
got,
many
they got
snowmobiles.
room for snowmobiles, Austin, but not fucking.
You tell him, Cole. Dane's pissed.
fucking
Now I got to drive all the way up to
Austin,
Poplar.
Poplar. Big. You got any
Cribs up in
Poplar, Hayden?
The bay freeze over yet? I don't think so,
I've
but
met-
I'll take a pack of Misty 120s, please. Play bait.
Teal, I've never been on Okoboge.
never.
Not once.
I did way back in the day with Mark Shirley, like so long ago, and we found fish in one little. We found one little deal, but it was tough. I'm no bogey expert by any means. I have much to learn.
I'm excited. I'm excited about Cabotogama.
I'm excited.
Canadian border? Let's go.
Cab.
That sounds.
Cabs are here. The
Like
cabs are here.
Connected to Rainy.
Yes. Namakan and Cabotogama.
What time? Spring?
May 19th.
It'll still be frozen.
Yeah.
Daddy's excited.
Vermilion was almost still frozen the year we went up there. I'm surprised.
I want it.
I'd
half
rather-
frozen. That'd be fun. Half froze.
Throw those slugs around.
80 boats actually.
A little small.
Quartered froze. 80 boats for quarter froze.
What's your favorite bait to catch smallmouth on in the early spring, Teal?
Jerk bait.
Jerk
Not
bears.
mine.
What's yours?
Hair jig.
Swim bait. Crank bait. Why'd you have to say
You said it.
When did I say it?
Oh, the Baglies are at it again.
dodged. I dipped. I ducked.
And you tripped right into the Bagley
Dodge,
secret.
duck, dip, dive, and
Yeah, man. I don't know.
dodge.
I'll throw those from when ice is just off the lake until. Oh, man. I don't know. Till 70 degrees. And then even after then, I'll still throw it.
Jerk
But
bait.
that's not my favorite, though.
Mine
Don't lie about it.
Just stop.
I like jerk baits too, but
We've said enough. We've said enough. It's time. Now's a good time.
that's so much fun though.
It's the best. That's why we start.
All right. Okay, so what would be your favorite fall fishing bait then? Because
Same as the spring or sunny bee. We just talked about it, and that's why we need to stop.
in the fall, I think there are places to do it, but it wouldn't be my favorite.
There's so many
bait.
phases of the fall, just like the spring. So it's like you were saying early spring. Like, which part of the fall are you talking about?
Like when the water hits 50, and you could be still fishing like 45,
Tube.
and you could be fishing 54.
Tube.
All day.
I don't know. We never got on that mag draft bite again, and that was
I got on it. Speak for
Largies.
yourself.
What are you talking, largies or small?
I never got on that mag draft.
No, that's
bite.
because you were tending the horses. Sorry. You teed me up for that.
Dude.
He's a dad.
You got on
I've
the
been
mag draft
fishing 4
bite?
days a week. I don't know about you.
You got on the mag. Well, I can't fish 4 days a week.
I know. I'm sorry.
You never like called me and said, "Hey,"
I called you all the time.
and didn't
Say
say
it.
the mag draft bite is on.
It's
right
always
now.
on. It's always on.
Not
Same
on.
time of year. Same. That's literally every year. 46 to 54. Game over.
That's a really fun bite. When you can throw that thing in 6 inches of water, and anything from 2 to 6 pounds gags it, of green ones. Woof.
That Bass Mafia one's good too. That's one I was fucking with this fall quite a bit. Waypoint's
Throw
got
that
those.
beast owner. That owner beast just 7-aught gagging deep throating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fold that sucker in half like a Chicago style pizza.
Well, now that we gave the farm away, I think it's time to close this one out. I don't say that lightly. I say that with the utmost certainty.
Well, it's been real.
No, honestly, I want to know, do you guys think we're aliens?
No, not even close.
No, I know we're aliens. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking about.
About that smallmouth, we go up to wax that ass tomorrow.
If you're even going.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, we just got to go pick up my rods for
Okay.
Wolf.
He's in. He's in.
Wolf,
Oh my God, it's in.
don't fuck us on this one.
Don't you fuck us on this one, Alex Roof.
It's okay, Wolfie.
We will see you tomorrow, Mr. Smallmouth, and possibly a walleye.
Cheers to the
Okay.
new Bass Galaxy.
Yeah, how about the new Bass Galaxy layer? Layer. Should we play ping pong in this new layer, Mr. Vocelka?
Yeah. I think we've christened the new studio tabletop well.
The time is now! Thank you, everyone.
Say it.
Bass Galaxy checking in, checking out, yeah.
Hey guys, Gaff here with Waypoint Angler Supply. I'm hanging out here at our JDM wall. We got a large variety of product. Hold on. Hey guys, Gaff here with Waypoint Angler Supply. I'm just out here hanging out at our JDM wall with my buddy Teal, and we're going over some JDM product. We've got ourselves some Fish Arrow, some Duo Realis, Depths, and G-Crack, all for you. But it's not just the tackle that we've got. We've got ourselves some reels, some rods, all from Japan, some BFS stuff, all the good stuff that you're looking for from Japan that you can't find anywhere else. So swing on into Waypoint Angler Supply and get yourself stocked up.
We'll see you here at Waypoint Angler Supply.
.com? .com. Use the code GALAXY20 to save 20% on your next tackle binge.